Welcome to the EST Hangout.
This is the EST Hangout, and today's guests are...
Hey, very good Friday morning to you. Welcome to the EST Hangout live right here in Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton Sports, presented by Play Alberta. Thank you to everyone for listening across the Edmonton Sports Talk audio streams, edmontonsportstalk.com, TuneIn, iHeartRadio. For those watching on YouTube or listening to podcasts, wherever you get your podcast, we greatly appreciate it. We know you're in a good mood today after that game last night. Tom Gazzola, Iwanyk with here. Kevin Radomski of the Edmonton Oil Kings.
Let's go.
The crowd goes wild.
Kev
Morning.
back in the house. Kev, welcome. How are you today?
You know, like as you said, like if you woke up this morning and you're not in a good mood, there's nothing we could do for you, right? Like
That's your own fault.
That's
It's
what
a
I'm saying,
Friday.
right? Yeah.
It's the weekend.
Yeah.
And the Oilers just beat the crap out of the LA Kings last
Like
night.
maybe you're just like a little more tired. That game took forever because the goal horn kept going off. But
Hey, Rod, I don't think I left the studio.
Yeah, right?
We were
Let's
to
go.
like 1. Yeah.
8:45 start too, because it ended
Yeah.
up being a national game
Yeah.
that I don't think any of us knew was going to happen.
You know,
Yeah.
when I was in Boston a couple of years ago, I went to like the Boston Bruins game, and I wanted to catch the Oilers game, and they happened at the same time to be on the West Coast. You don't realize when you're in the East Coast, 10:30 is no joke.
No.
When those pucks drop at 11:45 p.m. and you're like, I want to watch this, but I also have things to do tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I you know it, but when you actually live it, I was just like, this is like if you're an Oiler fan or heck, a Vancouver Canuck fan or anyone on the West
yeah.
Coast, and you happen to be living in the Eastern time zone or heaven forbid, east of that, like that's a real gut check right
Well,
there.
Jillfoot's guy, Milan, they're out in Halifax.
Oh.
And he loves watching his Oilers.
Yeah.
But like I think he'll record it sometimes and just watch it the next day or something, because it's just so late.
I know people that do that, that they're just like, I'm going to go to bed and I'm going to turn off my social media and I'm going to wake up and be, you know, surprised, happy, devastated, like whatever
Yeah.
it is. I don't have the commitment for that. Like, I just don't have the ability to turn the world off and say, I'm going to get my solid 6 hours or whatever my number is. I want to watch it live.
Too tempting.
It is.
But I could see like that game last night is 11:45
Yep.
in Halifax.
Yeah, that's no joke.
I can understand on those
Yeah.
ones just being like, no, it's
Yeah.
easy to cut off from the world right now because I'm going to
100%.
bed anyways.
Yeah. But like that's the beauty about sport, right? Is that fandom of people, like that's an insane thing. I want to watch something that me watching it makes no difference really in the world and how it spins. I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Yeah.
And it's 11 o'clock at night and I'm going to hunker down and I'm going to watch this. That's pretty cool.
Well, it's even to that point too. Like I need to be live, and there's been like last week, it was the Czech game first. It was the Czech game. We were slightly ahead of what them were watching over here.
So you could hear the reactions? Or
we were ahead.
You were ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
So
was funny.
we did the show while watching it though, so like there's nothing they could do, and then the show ended, and I sat here. And then Jasmine came and was like, you should come join all of us over there. I was like, well, no, this is faster.
Yeah.
Like it's not much faster,
Yeah.
but I know it's faster.
First is first.
So maybe you guys should all come in here
Yeah,
because
yeah.
we're not doing anything anymore, and let's all join in here and watch it, because I don't know, those 8 seconds mattered to me.
So it's so funny. I had the exact same thing. Like I was working in my office when Canada was, because who did we play in the quarters?
Yeah, it was Czech.
That was Czech.
And Finland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was the Finnish game.
Yeah.
And same thing. The 2 offices ahead of me had a faster. It was like by 1 second. I could hear like, yeah, and I see the play. And I was just like, I was so annoyed. It actually ticked me right off. And it was literally a second. And like that's enough for me to be just like, I don't know what's going on in my world. Like, how do I not have the fastest feed?
Right.
But I lived with it. But you know what I mean?
Well, Oilers playoffs, I'm right by Ice District. So Moss Pit happens. They cheer. Seconds later,
Yep.
like 20 seconds later, happens on my TV. I can't watch a game at home when their Oilers have a Moss Pit. Like it's or it's just like I don't care.
Yep.
Like I don't care about the result necessarily, but it just ruins the sporting experience where you're just like, oh, okay, maybe no, well they didn't cheer, so nothing's gonna happen
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, you see something developing and you know that there's no payoff here, right? Yeah. It is funny because like I think sport is the only really PBR proof thing in the world, right? You can skip ahead of other things, right? But like that's why concert tickets, that's why sporting tickets are expensive, because you want to see it live. And more than anything, you want to tell people you were there when something cool happens, right? Like forget the golden goals and the Stanley Cup winning goals and all that kind of stuff. But when there's that play, like I was in San Jose. I was in San Jose in December. Celebrini put on a show. He had 2-2, and that was when they played the Flames. And he came out of the corner, walked the team, and just roofed one. And I was 8 rows up right behind the net, watched it.
Perfect.
I was so happy I was there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was just one of those things where it's just like you want to say that you were there because there's nothing better. And sometimes it's fun to be on the road and cheer against the home team if you really don't care about them, right? Like, you want to go into St. Louis when the Oilers are there. That's one thing. But, like sometimes the home team they're so much fun. Like the fans in Vegas, they may not know everything that's going on, but man, do they cheer. And is it passionate, right? You want to cheer with them. The music's so loud. Like Vegas does a really good job for the game.
The best.
I think I have a great time.
Chicago, New York. In Edmonton, it's actually really good. I think Lindsay Gullett's done a great job. I have a question for you because you come from concert background, which we've talked about. You've had great stories. Obviously, you've been with the Oilers and the Oil Kings. What do you think of being in the moment, but this?
Oh, drives me crazy. Crazy.
And I'm putting up my phone in front of my face.
Yeah, you're never like, you know what it is? I think it's the whole, I'm gonna do something for me, screw everybody else mentality. And you see it in the gyms where people film themselves doing a leg extension. I'm just like, what are you doing right now? If you're some sort of a guy or girl that's lifting weights because you're going to go for a personal record, tape it all day long. Have 5 cameras there. I could care less.
Right.
But if you're some mutt that's just in there, and just like I am, right? I'm just there lifting weights. If you're on a machine, I'm telling you right now that there's no reason to tape yourself. Aside from you grunting and groaning and getting a glow on.
Right.
But then everyone else has got to walk around your machine kind of thing because now you got your camera set up.
It's the worst.
Like in my head, that camera goes flying across the gym every time. And I can tell you that when I'm at a concert and all I see is this, like the phone's out, video up, I love, in my head, remember in True Lies when Arnold was driving his car and that sales guy is talking about like making out with his wife? He's like, ha ha ha, and he smashes his face. And he's just like a dream. That's me. Where I'm just like, I like to talk to people and just say, like, what are you gonna do with that video? You're never gonna watch it.
No.
You're never gonna share it. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Put your phone down and enjoy it. I know I sound like a grumpy old man.
No, but you're in the moment.
Yeah.
You don't know how to use it in that setting. Like phones have great cameras.
Yes.
But in the darkness, you don't know how to properly set it up. So you record.
Come on.
It's crap quality.
Yeah.
Enjoy the moment.
So the one exception I'll make is when I was watching Motley Crue when they were on the Carnival of Sins tour, right? It came through Edmonton. Tommy Lee had a roller coaster. So Tommy Lee is the drummer of Motley Crue, for those who don't know. And usually his drum, whether it'll be kind of going in a circle, or Tommy is a little theatric and a little bit drums, right? Mm-hmm. But so you want to kind of see him go out. And so I taped that when he was going out, and then I put my phone away. Because that's what I came for. I wanted to see what Tommy was going to do. Right. And then Vince was out, the lead singer, Vince Neil. I speak like everyone probably doesn't maybe know Motley Crue, but Vince Neil had this arm, and it kind of came out into the crowd.
That's cool.
Yeah, but there was a thing. So Slipknot played at Rexall Place. Mm-hmm. I don't think I've ever told the story, but Slipknot was at Rexall Place, and for those who don't know who Slipknot is, they were 9 guys with masks, little aggressive music, right?
Yes.
But then Corey Taylor, the lead singer, also had Slipknot.
Understated.
Yeah, right. But it's good music, and heck, they sold out Rexall Place.
They're very, very popular.
Well, one of their characters, Monkey, he came into the audience, right? So they're drumming away, and then he disappears. He was in my row, and I didn't know because I was so transfixed on watching the show. So he's walking across our row, right in front of me. Yeah. And he went to grab the back of the row in front of us as he was walking through. He missed it because it's dark. Right. He elbowed the chick in front of me as she went down like a folded suit, right? Because she's watching, and of course you see the commotion, and Monkey's coming through, and he elbows her, and so she's folded, right? And I'm like, this is the greatest day of my life. There's no video evidence of that because my camera was in my pocket. Right. And I loved it. Do I wish there was something I could have shared there? Yes. Because, Slipknot's walking through the crowd. And I just thought it was the coolest thing. But when you're in the moment, you have it here. Yeah. And then all you can do is tell stories, but you haven't wrecked someone else's moment. Yeah, and when those phones come out, I think they infringe on someone else's moment. I do.
It's obnoxious.
I think so.
Yeah. Well, it's fine. It's when you watch the videos at the Masters or pictures from the Masters.
Genesis Open last week.
There's a policy of no cell phones. Yep. So that I respect when somebody's teeing off, you just got people standing there watching. Yep. And it's not just a bunch of phones out ever looking at something live through their phone because they're making sure their picture is proper.
Yes.
And it's like, well, your memory now always is you watched it on your phone.
You kind of got it, but you didn't.
Yeah, like if I'm looking at you right now through my phone, am I really looking at you type thing?
But like it's the same thing too, right? Where I think that we're so ingrained to be, like, hey, look at me, look at me, look at me. Like, I'm not the social media guy. I kind of like the fact I'm not the social media guy.
Yeah.
Because my life isn't fascinating, right? Like, I go to work, I go home.
Actually.
But like to me, it's just like, I just really enjoy just kind of having that freedom of not being weighted down on telling you that I had this sandwich for lunch, or, you know what I mean? And those are the things where I do think this generation coming up, they're so looking for that gratification of being just like, I did this and it's cool, right? And it's just like, no, like do something because it's cool.
Yeah.
Right? And it's cool to you.
Did you like it? Yeah. Okay, cool. Then it's cool.
Yeah.
Fulfillment.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's the Snapchats and the Instas of the world. Like,
I have no time for that stuff. None.
I'm with you. I got there a number of years ago. I still have my Insta page. Don't do anything with it.
Yeah.
I tag you all the time.
I know. You want to know something? I get those. I don't do anything with it. I just leave it. It's Insta just could.
Yeah.
All those Facebook.
But I also respect the fact that for people who are promoting, whether it be like events or product or what have you, it's extremely vital. Yeah. And so if you are in the content creation because you're monetizing that, you're making money from it, whether it's because you're the creator or you're the person that's trying to influence people, tons of license I'll give you for creating content without apology. Like, you guys work really hard to stay abreast on everything that's happening all the time. And people think it just happens. Like, no, because it's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Like you want to stay up on things, right? When things are happening, you want to be able to talk knowledgeably. So I don't judge it. What I judge is it's the ham and eggers that don't have anything more than, hey, look at me. That's what bothers me.
The ham and eggers.
The ham and eggers, yeah.
I love, like, I do go on TikTok and look at the stuff. I'll never post a TikTok. Some of the trends are great.
Yep.
I enjoy them. And when I get the trend, I'm like, oh, sweet. I want to see more of these trends. They are fun.
I found, this is going to sound so old man and lame, but my vacuum cleaner lost suction. I remembered it's like, oh yeah, you just need to clean the filter. You need to do this and that, clean the hose. And I hadn't done it in a while. And I had to go on TikTok and find my model of vacuum, and I was like, oh right, now it works great.
But that's a solid use. Like that's a solid use of the technology and the platform, right?
Yeah.
It would be different if you taped yourself cleaning the vacuum to say, hey, look at what I did.
There's like 100 videos
did
of that.
Did you do that, Tommy?
I did not.
Okay.
I don't have the patience. I can't. I don't care. I'm not narrating this. So what you got to do is take out the filter. You got to unlatch this, and then it's actually spinning. You spin the compartment underneath, and what you want to do, you can get this filter on Amazon for $4.99. Link in the description.
Yeah,
I'm not doing that crap. Not a chance.
Yeah,
but
there are people out there that do it.
There's 100 of those videos, and I found the one that had my specific vacuum cleaner. Guess what? It sucks like nobody's business.
There you go. Back in the game, baby.
I'm back. In a good way. That's right.
In a good way.
It sucks in a practical way.
Yes.
Yeah. It cleans.
Yes.
But anyway, so I was watching, was it Jacob Bridgman putt out for the win the other day at the Genesis Open? And Rory made like a great putt to pull to within one. And it was like Kitayama was the other one. Anyway, it was a great finish and scenic in the LA area. And they get it right when the sun's kind of getting set to go down. And he's putting out for the win. And I'm seeing this like... I'm like, why don't you just watch a great moment?
It's right there. It's right there.
There's 4K cameras all over this hole.
They could go grab it later.
Yeah.
I was there. Like, take one picture.
Yeah.
Make it quick. Snap.
Yeah.
Boom.
Great.
I was here. See, look, I was there.
Or a little video.
And then, by the way, CBS got this shot that's way better than my camera. This is what I saw.
Yeah, these professionals got a really good video photo.
They're behind the ropes, past it, they get all the access.
100%.
It blows my mind. Like, if you go to a concert, for example, and people like dancing with the band in the background. Okay.
Yeah.
But for like a minute or two.
Yeah.
But then enjoy the show. Yeah. Like, how often does Slipknot come to town?
100%.
As an example.
It is weird too because sometimes when you stand up at a show, it's offensive. Sit down. And other times when you're sitting down, it's offensive. Why are you sitting down? You should stand up.
Yeah.
And there's no one way to do it, right? Depending on your venue, right? If you go into like a soft seat theater, you go into like you know, like the Citadel, or you go into, you know, anything like that where it's nice and people are well dressed, not always are you going to stand up, because like those are sometimes the shows that you want to be able to take in seated.
Yes.
But then if you have a performer at Rogers Place and you're the only one seated, and sometimes, hey, people got bad knees, bad hips, bad backs. I get it.
Yeah.
But people will look at that and be offended. How can you be sitting there?
That's true.
Like, you know what I mean? It is kind of weird.
But where do we come out on, like, okay, I'm in this section, I'm the only one standing?
That's a tough one.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. Of all the things that kind of drive me, I always try and be respectful, like no matter what, right?
Yeah.
I try and make it so that I put my shopping cart back when I'm done with it. I park my truck between the lines, like little things that don't cost
You know
money.
what's something? Just moving here, I've realized more than ever how bad people are parking within lines. Just outside of your door, people go on this Benjamin Moore or something. They're the worst parkers ever.
Close enough is good enough, right?
I come and I'm like, you are completely in two stalls right now. This isn't a big parking lot. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
So
I'm in and out. I gotta get some paint.
yeah. If you're in and out, park between the lines there. You know what I
still
mean?
park between the lines. You can still do that.
I actually had a buddy, he actually passed away a couple of years ago, but he just, for whatever reason, parking between the lines, and he was like the most intelligent man I knew. He had kryptonite, being able to park between lines. So I actually went around taking photos, and I would just be, because he would like fight me on it. He'd be like, "What are you talking about?" I'd be like, "You're hanging over here by a solid foot," and he would be just like completely like, "Huh," and then he would just do it again the next day, and do it the next day. But like, if you watch Jeopardy with this guy, he'd slay you every time. You want to park at the mall with this guy? He couldn't make it happen because he parked over the lines. I was like, how can you be so good in one area? Like, your intelligence is not in question. Where some people, I do think they don't have the intelligence to park between the lines. This guy's name is Patrick. He had more intelligence than necessary. His care level was so little, and he'd be same idea. Just running in, I'm just gonna grab coffee or whatever. I've got a whole roll on my phone of photos of his poor park jobs where I was just like, I'm just taking pictures of this because now I find it actually to be funny.
Yes.
And some people just don't care. And that blows my mind. But, you know, I mean, like the shopping carts, when you go to stores, be it grocery store or whatever, like, do you leave it in the middle of the snowbank or do you walk it back?
It always has to go back.
It has to.
And especially in the worst weather.
Yes.
When it's...
That's character test.
Like, that's
a great point.
It's a blizzard out.
Yes.
No, I'm definitely making their job a little easier. I'm making sure without question
100%.
I'm trudging through to get it there. We had that thing actually with Coop in their afternoon show.
Yes.
He had a thing where one day he's like, you know, maybe I don't always return. And we're like, what do you mean you don't always return? He's like, you know, if it's snowy or something. No, that's when you go do it.
You know, like, to me, it's kind of like being pregnant. You either are or you aren't. There's no in betweens. I'm not kind of pregnant. I'm either pregnant or I'm not pregnant, right? And you either put your carts back or you don't.
That's right.
And to me, I remember seeing a thing saying, if you show me one successful person that doesn't put their cart back, I'll listen. Because I think that those are the little things that cost no money, take 1 second out of your day. But when I see those carts like drifting onto like the like where you park, like on the grassy knolls there,
yeah, which takes effort. Which like that actually, like, just leaving it there is one thing, but actually pushing it up on something takes some effort.
Well, and I look at like the people who do the graffiti and all that. I'm like, they're so talented. Like, can you not take that talent and harness it to something good? You know what I mean? Like, clearly you're artistic. Clearly you have a gift. How about we use that gift differently? And society would be better for it. The same thing. Like, if you took the talent and the effort to put that cart actually further, and just because you don't care, if you just went this way, everyone's life would be so much better, right? Like,
I worked at Costco, and
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah,
Love Costco.
I was in the tire shop. Well, I got to go get gas today. I'm very excited about.
Okay,
this.
hold on. You'll wait in line for that Costco gas?
I hit it at really good times.
Okay.
I've learned the patterns.
There's also one trick right now is this West End's Business Center added a gas.
The business center,
They just added. I don't think a lot of people know that it's there.
Well, I do know. But
And there's a lot of pumps.
Yeah.
But even the West End one, there's a couple of tricks.
About
to that
149th one?
There's some tricks to that one.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
One is coming from the casino side.
Oh, the casino side. Okay.
Because there is an entrance to the Costco parking lot from there.
That's right.
It is a
I'm
real
always
parking lot,
fascinated.
and you get right in.
Yeah.
I've done it once, and I just said, like, it's not, the discount's not worth it. And I drive an F-150, okay? I pass everything but a gas station. But there just wasn't worth it for me.
I mean, the lines, especially on weekends or peak
can't
hours,
do it.
are ridiculous.
But yeah, if you can hit it,
But you hit it, you find the soft spots in the schedule of the day.
Yeah.
It's gold. And then I got listen.
here it
I
goes.
worked there for 4 years. I had to collect. The point I'm making is I had to collect those cards
Did you?
back in the day. Yeah.
Oh, no
'Cause-
way.
Yeah, especially
Okay.
in my first 6-7 months where I had to work like the front end where you're packing
So
groceries.
that's like the entry to.
to
Costco?
Yeah.
Could you like take as long as you wanted, or they?
You try to, and then
right.
they,
That's what I mean.
you
Especially
try
when
to
it's nice
hide,
outside.
so
Yeah.
Okay, we're getting busy. They haul you back in. It's like we're still.
But how do they call you? Do they have like earpieces or something? or
Like
no?
a manager would come out and like wrangle everybody
Really?
because they know you're bringing the carts in, so they sit by the entrance. You know how
on.
that first foyer where
Yeah.
all the carts go in. They'll be like, okay, you got to come in. We're getting busy. It's like, damn it. So you try to hide and like stack up as many. There were
So
little
actually, maybe
tricks.
it's a good thing. Someone whistles one in the farthest corner, right?
I'm gonna go get it.
Yeah. I
gonna
gotta
go.
do my job.
And I'm not gonna walk too fast.
So I would say maybe in the summer that's a good idea.
Yeah.
In the
Yeah.
winter, you probably don't want to.
Yeah.
Pull outside.
You came
That's
to
hilarious.
appreciate the cart corral.
Yeah.
It's just like this makes it way easier. Plus, you're not dinging up people's vehicles and all of that. And like that, I'm always gonna bring the
Yeah.
cart back to
Because I've been on the other side of it.
Oh yeah, and I think too, just OCD wise, I would probably
Mm-hmm.
do it. Great tip on the gas
Yeah.
on that Costco on 149. That's the one I actually worked at.
Okay.
And
That's my home Costco.
yeah,
That's the one I go
yeah,
to.
that's mine. And
Yeah.
and the other thing too, you get like the Costco Mastercard, and you get your cash back, and it's like, well, this is pretty good.
Yeah. So you know what's funny
such an old
is
man.
like I didn't know, and I've known you for so long. I did not know
Yes.
that. I find Costco is one of those polarizing places. The
Well,
people that
stressful.
love it,
Yeah.
and the people that hate it.
Yeah.
And usually you can't convert somebody,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like if they hate Costco, they're not one, oh, come on, you got to try it away from loving it, right?
Yeah.
Like the people who hate Costco want nothing to do with it.
Lieutenant Eric.
He's never been.
I know. You tried to.
about?
He
What?
tried.
He's never
Matthew tried to
been.
bring him. He's like, just come with me and see.
Maybe next time I am going, I'll just. But come on, dude. We'll
Like-
get samples.
How you not ever been to Costco?
It's
I think he
a
said
unique
once. He
experience.
tried to go in once, and something
They
happened.
bounced him out of there?
I think so. I think maybe because he didn't have the card or something, but and now he
Yeah.
doesn't want to go again. It's like no, well, like,
Interesting.
well, it's a fun experience.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
91st is
That was nuts.
you're just asking for pain.
Yeah.
You're just asking
Yeah.
to just not.
That one's got
have
a lot
good
going
time.
on.
Yeah, it does.
That's why 149 is my place. But you know what? And again, I'm going to sound old, and seems to be the theme of this morning's conversation. Is I went to the Costco on 50th Street and 137th Ave.
That was where I grew up. That was where the family. We
Yeah,
went when I was a
North
kid.
Side, baby,
Yeah.
right? And I didn't like it. I'm just like getting in and out of there with all that traffic by the Earls and the Home Depot. It was a grind.
Yep.
But it was one of like the early Costco's in the
100% was.
city, so like that's where you went.
Yeah.
They're moving
That Costco
to
is?
Yeah.
Manning Town Center, where that Canadian Tire and the movie theater is. Where
Oh, no way. There's a
they're built-
Mavati out there and everything, isn't there?
A lot out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're building a new Costco
Oh.
for there. I don't know if they're keeping the 50th. I've read that they might be a business center. They might just
Oh,
switch it
okay,
to
okay.
something a little the business center
It's like,
type thing.
like when
Or
Costco
get
leaves,
rid of
like nothing goes in there. Like
Well, it's
no
so
one
huge.
on earth wants that kind of square footage, right?
No.
Like no Halloween alley away from filling that thing up. But,
too
you
big.
know what I mean? But
You need Halloween Alley and Spirit Halloween or whatever all in
whatever.
one.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But yeah, so
I
they're moving
didn't hear
to the Manning. So bigger footprint, bigger parking
Yeah,
lot.
easy
and-
off the hen day too, right? That'd
Exactly.
be ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I saw a thing with Costco where I think it's in LA. There's an idea of building a Costco and then residential above it.
Vancouver
What?
has that.
And
No.
then parking
Yes.
underneath or something.
By the arena?
Yeah.
Imagine living with a Costco right below you.
No shot.
That's trouble.
That would be sick.
I know.
Right? Just might as well just sign your checks over. Just like,
Oh,
hey.
man.
It'd be like, cheers. Hey, Norm. Yeah, you're back again.
Usual, yes, I will
Yeah,
have
I'll take
the
that
hot
hot
dog.
dog and the
Yeah.
pop. Yeah, absolutely.
I was
That'd
actually
be
thinking about
legit.
getting that today.
Here's my
Yeah.
$1.75 or whatever it is.
So it was one of my dreams. So with the Oil Kings, we usually do a bus trip for our club seat holders, right?
Yeah.
Once a year. And one year, I don't know what I was thinking, but I bought like trays of Subway.
Yep.
And just a little snack on the way back, right? And the trays don't stack. And I'm passing these subs, and it was chaos. And like people are trying to eat, you're rambling down the highway.
Lettuce
And, yeah,
everywhere.
you like when I look back at things, I'm like, I didn't play this one out like as good as I should have. My dream was always to have that bus. I usually 2 or 3 buses.
Yeah.
Pull up to a Costco. Okay, everyone gets a whistle and a soda back on the bus, right? I would have loved to see what Costco would have done if I got my card there and just like, yeah. But it was one of my dreams. It just hasn't happened yet.
It's like a conveyor belt in that food court. Actually, I had to stop in really quickly one day between shows, and I think I just quickly ordered a pizza and I brought it in here. And everyone's like, where the hell is the pizza from? Costco, man. It was like $10.
You get the whole wheel?
Yeah, the whole wheel.
Come on.
And it's good when it's fresh. Like,
Sure.
Yeah.
That's every
I think
pizza,
it has like a
Yeah.
limited shelf life, but that thing was gone in seconds.
No
but
way.
it's like the price, it's like
Yeah.
$10. It's made, it's big.
I remember
Let's go.
seeing that they've talked about how they don't want to raise the price of that hot dog. Like it's
Yeah.
$1.50. I think it's $1.50,
That
right?
and the rotisserie chicken.
That's
Or
Jim
the
Sinegal, the
Yeah,
the
exactly
founder.
right.
for $7.99 or whatever the
Yeah,
cost
and
is
that's
for the
what it
chicken.
is.
Yeah.
Because they take a loss,
Yep.
but you're
That's
not
part
just
of the
going in
beauty
for
of it.
that.
That's right.
No one's coming in just
No.
for those two things.
No shot.
Or the amount that are coming in for just those things
Yeah.
are so small
Yeah.
that everyone else is buying everything.
They're the
else.
outliers.
It's we
Yeah.
could take a hit on this because you're
Yeah.
going to buy all these other things.
Well, that is part of the beauty of it.
And that's the hook too, is the tire shop, right?
Yeah.
Like I worked in the tire shop for 3 years, and I was like, why do we have like this is a grocery store? Why that we're not Canadian Tire? What the hell is going on? They're like, yeah, well, how long does it take for a vehicle? What's our minimum wait? An hour, right? Yeah. Guess where
what?
people go?
Oh, I never
Inside.
thought of that
Yeah.
idea of it.
And guess what they
That's
do?
what I do.
They find great deals and they buy a couple $100 worth
Well,
of
especially
crap.
when you're there, you'd
Yeah.
be silly not to.
Yeah.
You just
Right?
make it as a trip. I'm dropping off my
100%.
car for a tire rotation. Okay, I'm gonna go grab my stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, car's ready. Okay, here we go. Pick it up.
That's
Ready
the
to go.
Las Vegas mentality, right? That bathroom is just across the floor over there. Just walk through the floor,
Yep.
the dinging and the binging and the winning. You just got to walk past that. You can go to the bathroom. You're good.
$40 pee later and you're satisfied, right?
Yeah,
like,
100%.
but that was the thing, Matty. It was just get them in the door.
I actually never put that together.
Flat repairs, tire rotations were free.
Yeah.
Or you want to get nitrogen in your tires? That's free. But you
Oh,
have
their
to wait a
tire
little bit.
center is
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Well, now they've got the
You're
whole
welcome.
pumps for the nitrogen and all that.
They do, which is awesome.
Like
nice.
outside?
Yes.
Yeah, so you
No
just go
way. It's
up,
the
you plug
automatic
it
ones.
in, you put your PSI in, and it fills.
Yep.
Come
Registers.
on.
Yeah.
It's great.
Wow. I did not know that.
Costco, as annoying as it was working there sometimes, because there are difficult members, as they're called.
Yep.
There's
Is
so
that the
much
customer or the staff? The members? Or are you talking about customers?
there are no customers. They're members.
okay.
They're members. Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
members,
Yeah.
and maybe that's what kind of inhibits some people to like wanting to come in because that membership.
Yep.
But yeah, outside of that, like when I left Costco, obviously, I still had a Costco card for a while, and then I didn't have one for a couple of years, and I was like, I need a Costco card.
Yeah.
And I went right back. I went to my old location, like,
Yeah.
I need sign me up. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's go.
Like,
Back in, baby.
They're like, welcome back. I'm
The
like,
one
"Yeah,
thing
I
I'll
can't
say about
leave here."
Costco too that I could is I've heard that they're actually a good employer.
I've heard the
too.
same.
Like
They pay well.
Yep.
They treat their staff
Yep.
relatively well and stuff that I could live with. Then like I could promote
Yeah.
a big brand like that.
Yep.
Like I could live with it a little because at least the people that they have
Yeah.
and jobs that they create, they're treating them well.
Yeah.
So I can live with that.
I was making more money at Costco than I was my first few years in broadcast.
Oh, I believe
I was
that
making
to be
like
true.
double, and
Oh, yeah.
I'd only been there for a couple of years.
Oh, yeah, man.
And well, sorry, I was a supervisor in the tire shop by the time I was Michelin
no big deal.
certified. So
Yeah.
Is there a
yeah.
Costco employee discount?
no,
No?
you get full freight.
Yeah, okay. Because
you get
those
a,
prices are pretty good. Imagine getting a discount on
you
that.
get a free membership, and it's the executive, so you get the 2% cash back.
There you go.
Oh, that's
So-
actually
Yeah,
pretty
that
good.
helps, right?
That's a pretty nice.
Yeah.
Actually, that's a pretty decent.
Yeah.
So it's a 2% discount in
Yeah.
a sense. Then.
Yeah. Ish.
Of everything you pay, you're going to get the 2% back.
Listen, I haven't worked there in a long time, but there would also be like, say you needed a new TV.
Yeah.
And everyone gets along generally there. So you'd go to the people in majors, like the electronics department, and you'd be like, hey, I need a new TV. Can we get a discount? And the managers, because they want to get rid of the displays and stuff like that, they'd be like, okay, we got a good one that we got to get rid of because we got to put the new model on display like in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I'll cut it down to like, 80% off for you just to take it. And you get stuff like that. Like I bought
Yes,
a brand new
sir.
computer. I had a computer that was like a $2,000 computer. I got it for like $400.
Yeah.
Just because it was sitting on display and they
Well, what I
used
love
it.
about that is that you're taking care of your own,
Yeah.
right? Like I've got a problem. I need some space. You got a need. Hey, let's meet in the middle here. I'll give you a deal you'll never get better than.
Exactly.
And I'm looking after my own.
Yep.
I love that.
There's a lot of good. There was a lot of good.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the story, and Lord help me if HR is listening to this right now. But
Don't worry, I'll talk to them. They love me.
Earmuffs.
They love me.
If you're in HR, earmuffs.
So recently at Rogers Place, we replaced all the TVs.
Yes.
Right? Because we're coming on 10 years, which is crazy.
Absolutely.
And like, when you start thinking of the thousands of TVs behind the concessions, in the suites, like everywhere.
Jeez.
And what they did is they wanted to get rid of them. They didn't want to sell them. They didn't want to throw them in a landfill. So we have like an internal website, right? Most companies have that, where there's some portal for the staff to interact with each other. It's Bill's birthday and by blah, blah, blah. And they say, if you want a TV, you sign up. And it's as is, and you have to come pick it up in this window. And it was a pretty tight window. It was like Friday between 12 noon and 5 p.m. kind of thing. You don't know what size that TV is going to be. If it doesn't work, don't talk to us. You're going to get maybe you get a remote, maybe you don't. Like, we're going to give you a TV. And they were lined up for as long as you could see. It was like tape with someone's name on it, right? So here's Kevin's, and here's Tom's, and here's Matt's, and here's Bill's. And in my bedroom, I have an 80-inch TV that has no earthly business being in my bedroom, but I love it. And like, it's great. But then what they wanted to do is they wanted to change out all the TVs at once, because you can't have different versions of that one's 10 years old, this one's 2 years old.
It's flickering.
I get it.
Yeah.
But then what I loved about it is like I have an F-150. This TV, literally to the inch, fit in the box. Like when I slid it in there, I'm like, I don't know if this thing's going to fit in here. And like, you start seeing people packing these TVs out. Just like the lady in finance, the guy that works, like, I don't even know his name over here. Everyone's got a big TV under their arms. They got cars all lined up. And I'm like, but like, that's what makes it fun.
Yes.
It's ridiculous. But then when you look at it from a company's perspective, they're like, we have all these TVs. They're starting to fail on us. So the ones that aren't working, you chuck them.
Yeah.
But then we have about 1,000 other TVs. And what can we do? Let's give them to the staff.
That's great.
Right? And that
selling
really,
them is just a hassle.
Oh,
yeah.
And what are you going to get for it?
Yeah.
And then someone that pays $20, $50 for this TV, and they're like, oh, it doesn't work.
Yeah,
they're just like, hey, man, you get it? Roll the dice, baby. Both on size and whatever. And like, to me, I was just like, that was the greatest thing.
Did you get a remote?
Yes, I did.
Hey.
Yes, I had to think about that. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. But yeah, I just love it.
Think about it. There's 1,000 TVs in this huge arena.
Yeah.
What are they doing with all the remotes?
Yeah, and the battery, like all of it. Like, what people don't realize is at the arena setting, the volume becomes like comical in a hurry. Like when you start talking about things like televisions, batteries, whatever it takes, right? Like, you name it. The scale and scope of serving, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 people. And then when you start talking about the Moss Pit fired up and the Plaza and the Ice District, and everything's going, you start thinking the volume of everything from straws to soda to beer, everything in between. Like, it gets to be like exponential at a point where it's just like, this is just bananas.
Yep.
And it's Tuesday, right?
Well, the best is like the dry dock, not the dry dock area, but the hallway that goes all the way around through the locker rooms, through the back. When they're getting ready for a game night, you see the pallets of kegs and beer. Yeah. And that's just for that night. Yep. Because it's in, it's out, it's consumed, but bada bing, bada boom. And like that whole back area is just like pallets and pallets and pallets of beer, wine, vodkas, like Dylan, stuff like that.
Yeah,
like,
it's ready to rock.
And it's gone that night.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Yep.
And
hey, Alberta likes two things, right? They like to be entertained, whether it be from concerts or sporting or whatever. Like Edmonton especially puts a high priority on entertainment value, and we love them for it. And they like to have a good time. They want to eat, they want to drink, and like that's what we do around here. Like, we go out, we have a good time, we seek entertainment.
Yep.
But to your point, we have a concert there tonight. Live is in the building.
Nice.
So they bring the panels to cover the ice. And so we were backstage yesterday because the Oil Kings are off on the road playing in Red Deer. Our equipment manager, Rogan Dean, makes a joke that I don't keep track of the road games. I only work the home games. Ooh. Yeah, so usually I'll say, oh, you had another weekend off, Rogan? He's coming from a 14-hour bus ride from Brandon, eh? But,
no wonder he's getting a little salt in the old beer.
Oh, he's salty all over the place. But they brought the stage decks in. So what a lot of people don't realize is the ice doesn't ever really come out. No. They cover it. And so when you spill your beer, when you're watching your favorite show on the floor, that goes, like, they have a system and the ice is protected, but you can smell the ice covering, like those those panels, you can smell the beer in those things when they're all stacked up.
Yeah.
And they were coming in yesterday, and I was like, oh, it's concert time. You can just smell it.
That's right, because they have them all stacked up.
Oh, yeah.
And the other thing too, it's funny to see, and they wouldn't really do it that much at Rexall back then. K-Rad, you probably could speak to this better than I do, but like you could tell where this on the stage side where they fold up the seats, and how nasty it gets underneath there.
Oh yeah,
in
100%.
Rexall Place days, especially that one end zone where the Zamboni entrance was, those seats didn't really get folded up that much.
Nope. And like, when they did.
And when you did, there was like, it was a trove of garbage.
Okay, so this will go back to our first conversation. So when you're watching concert or sporting event, when you're in an arena setting, you've got popcorn, you've got soda, you got whatever.
Yeah.
Are you putting it in the garbage or you just leave it there?
A lot of people, you train.
No, I'm not asking you guys.
I think when I was younger, I would have left it there. I take
I'm
it.
guilty of leaving it there,
Okay.
I usually would take nowadays.
Yeah, see, I take mine. I
like
take
movie
mine.
theater or something. Well, last time I was a movie, I grab whatever it is and I go throw it out.
Yeah. I'm always blown away when I walk off an airplane, and especially like flights that are like a couple hours, right?
Yeah.
Like we're all on the same plane. We've all had the same experience. And when you can see there is like food chaos as you're walking out, like if you're sitting towards the middle or the end of the plane, and it's like crushed potato chips or whatever.
Yeah.
I know it's a kid. I have 2 kids. Okay. My kids never did that kind of crap.
Yeah.
And I'm always blown away. Like we all have the same experience. How around your seat did it look like complete disaster? And everyone else has got like a piece of gum or something, right? Like everyone else is fine. But the 2-hour flight to Vancouver was just far too much for you to get the food from the bag into your mouth, and it's everywhere. I'm always fascinated by that.
Oh, that's disgusting. Yeah.
Right?
I'll come clean. I do have different habits at different venues.
Yeah.
Okay. Explain that.
So I'll use my last time as a fan at Rogers Place. That was for the Shoresy game.
Oh, yeah.
I brought my buddy Mike Penhollow, who used to be with the Bruins. He was in town shooting something, and I was like, let's go watch this alumni game. So we had a couple of drinks each, but for that, we had we're in club seats. Thank you to Kevin Rapinos, by the way, great guy. And
him and I get a lot of emails together.
We
get crisscrossed a lot.
I can see it.
Yep.
Both awesome Kevins. but for when I go to like a concert or event at Rogers Place, I take my drink and I throw it in the garbage. Or whatever I had, I throw it in the garbage. There's like a pride thing for me in that arena. Now, I love Commonwealth Stadium, but I'm in the 5th row. Not that I get to watch games from the seats anymore, but when I do go, I'm in the 5th row, and the nearest garbage is 50 rows up, right?
Yeah.
I will have a beer, and then another one, and I will just put it under the seat, like empty.
Yeah.
I'm more likely to keep empty cans than other garbage.
Yes, garbage I don't.
If popcorn or if I ate a burger or something, I'm generally more likely to grab that and throw it out.
Yeah,
that's a great.
For whatever reason,
yeah.
drinks or like you drink one, you couple, you put them down, and you almost forget about them.
Yeah, I can get that.
More after, if anything, I would it's the cans I would forget or cups.
Riverhawks, good. Thank you. Good point.
Yeah.
I'll take my garbage down because there's usually a garbage right by the VOMs. So.
But you're not wrong. The setting can make a difference.
Yeah,
right? Because like, if you're at the Riverhawks game,
50 flights of stairs up.
100%.
Yeah.
I have a pride of being in that building, right? Like just the historic. You look in, especially you're coming into the valley. I live down in the River Valley, so I love it, right? Like you get to see the beauty of Edmonton. Sun's coming up, green trees, like all of it. Like this is a beautiful city. And I think that the Remax Field really captures that really well.
Yep.
Like.
There's no better venue.
I don't think so.
To watch sporting event.
Yeah.
With the view that you get, you get to be outside in the summer.
Yeah.
And you get to watch a sporting event.
100%.
There's no better spot in the city.
Like totally good.
That Hogo guy is a real arse, though. I'll tell you what. Hard to like him.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't know how there's having all this success with him there. You know, it's what a
It's
shocker.
mystery.
People have fun there? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
This is the EST Hangout. It is presented by Sentinel Storage, Canada storage experts, more than 2 decades helping Canadians through life transitions. Canadian storage provider. Be sure to buy Canadian. Kevin Radomski, Tom Gazzola, Iwanyk with you here on the Hangout here on Edmonton Sports Talk. I feel like I got to get to, Kev didn't come empty-handed today.
No,
He
he
brought
did
us some
not.
treats from Fife and Daco.
Yeah. Okay, so like I was telling Maddie, I didn't realize they opened at 8:30. So I got I thought like I don't know why I thought like 7:00 would be the time, right? So because I live in the valley, I didn't know how long it would take me to get to the west side. So I wanted to be early, right? And I don't like being stressed. Pedal to the metal, you'll hit every red light. You know how it is. So I got here early, and so I go to Fife and Deckel, and I'm kind of like half in my head. And I pull on the door, and it's locked. Well, I gave it a good tug. I was like, oh. I realized it doesn't open till 8:30. Well, now I look like one of those like people, right? Like I was just like, oh. So I look at my watch. I'm like, oh darn, it's like 8:15. So I just sit in my truck, and like I pulled on that door way too hard because I just thought it was stuck or something.
Yeah.
It's like, well, there's no way they're not open. They don't open till 8:30. So I came in. I was like the first customer. I'm like, just so you guys know, like I'm really sorry, but I just assumed you guys opened earlier. But like they could see me sitting in the parking lot, just like in my truck, right? Like,
I just want my tarts.
Yeah,
I just want my tarts.
Yeah. So I look like
my fix of my tarts.
Exactly. I look like I'm a little bit jonesing for these tarts, right?
That big dude wants his tarts.
They've got the cops on speed dial already.
Yeah.
This guy's coming in.
Like I don't think they can't bounce many people out of there, but I guarantee you that I didn't feel too good when I pulled out that door, and I was like, okay, they're not open yet.
But that is so Radomski that you'd go in and apologize. And if, for those that are listening and have never seen Kev, he's jacked.
Oh.
Like he's a big, like he's a built dude. So like if you see a guy like Kevin coming to reef on the door, it's like, uh-oh, who's this guy? But then he comes in and he's the nicest guy in the world. Hi, I'd like to buy some tarts at 8:30.
Exactly. So I brought some for the studio.
Oh, they will be consumed.
I was joking with Tommy. So Tommy and I were texting last night, and I said, like, are you okay if I bring some treats, right?
Hell yeah.
And there's always room for treats. I remember the first time I ever came on the Hangout, I was terrified. 2 hours.
Were you?
Right? Oh my goodness. Because like I love talking, and I love this, but like on paper, speaking for 2 hours, it was like about what? I remember brushing up on my stats, and then we just had a conversation. When it was all over, I was like, oh, that was like I could have talked 2 more hours, right?
Yeah.
Like, but like when you first hear of it, you're just like, oh, okay, right? Like, what are we gonna talk about?
Yeah.
So I came in, and it was like, let's have a drink. And then you guys moved to this beautiful studio. And I wish people could see the difference. In like the other studio, I thought was cool, right? Like it was nice. This is like really nice. Like you guys have really established yourselves. And now all of a sudden, no drinks are being offered to me. I'm just like, well, I get it. You guys got more rent to pay. Like I understand it, right? So I brought some booze in. I brought some Caesars in, and then Tommy, I come in. I'm like, oh, who are these guys here? And so yeah, like I just like that's what we do. Right?
Those guys are Dylan Small Batch Distilleries, the official drink of the Edmonton EST Hangout.
A natural segue.
Where do I got that? Yeah. Refreshing cocktail made by the #1 canned cocktail brand, made the right way, crafted in Canada. Dylan Small Batch Distillery.
There we go.
And it's funny because when Radomski said that, I was like, well, we've got Dylan's, and it's the official drink of the Hangout, and it's part of the Mark Anthony group, right? And so you brought some Clamato, which is also part of the group. And as you said that, I walked into the main studio, and I'm like, well, Joaquin and Hernan and Trevor are drinking beers right now. What are you talking about? I know, like, our first year, we drank a lot.
Yeah, on the Hangout, I took advantage of the... Well, it's 9 o'clock, but I have to drink.
No.
Yeah.
You know, it's 9 o'clock.
You were working hard to promote your sponsors,
Absolutely.
okay?
Thank you.
Working hard.
He understands.
Absolutely. It's a grind, baby.
And then there's a point where it's like, well, maybe drinking 9 o'clock every day.
There were a few boozy lunches.
Should hold off on that a little bit.
Well, I mean, we only had 3 shows at that point, or 4 shows, right? We were done at 1 o'clock every day. We didn't have
back then,
EST afternoons. We didn't have the Reed Wilkins show. So and it was just us. So we were like, well, you want a beer? Yeah, I kind of do.
Flip side too was we also then had a long period where it was the Finnish long drink.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And I'll take the responsibility on this one. I didn't go buy more. Like we ran out, and I just always like, I'll go get some more soon. And I never ended up going to get more. So I was like, well, people are like, well, you want a drink? I'm like, well, I don't have any.
Yeah. A little light right now. Yeah.
So we got a bunch of Dylans. Though.
Yeah.
This is good. Well, we're gonna have this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you guys got the vodka ones?
I grabbed one from the fridge. I don't even know what I grabbed. I grabbed like it looked really healthy. An apricot with a touch of ginger. The old touch of ginger.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a tangerine one that is absolutely incredible too.
Yeah.
I've had enough
They do the vodka and the gin.
Salud.
This was a great one.
Absolutely.
Salud. I've never had one. I'll
They're
give
really
you
good.
my review.
Oh, perfect.
Cheers to
There you
Radomski.
go.
A taste test right now.
There you go.
Boom. Welcome back, Kev.
Let's go.
The live tasting of that one.
This is really good.
Which you had the apricot?
Apricot, yeah.
Okay.
What do you have?
I have the raspberry lemon.
this
I
is
want to hear what Kev
5
thinks.
stars. Like really good.
Yeah.
It's not too sweet. It actually tastes like peach. Like there's sometimes you'll buy things you're like, it doesn't even taste anything like it.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. And again, I'm gonna say something weird here, but there's more and more stuff that's being flavor named for things that aren't flavors. Okay, it's like there's a pre-workout that it says like red, white, and blue. I'm like, what is that? You know what I mean?
Pardon me?
That's what I mean. But I think it's like that.
What flavor is that?
That's what I'm saying.
It's
But
red.
Like, yeah, and there was another one I used. It was called Freedom. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't like
a flavor.
I don't have a flavor to that. But then when you taste it, it's like, okay, it tastes like one of those like Starship. Remember those popsicles
Yes.
from Dickie
Yeah.
D? What were they called? Spaceships?
Aren't they just
rockets,
They were
something like that,
space-
right?
Yeah.
It's funny. They had those at Rexall Place for the media.
Yes, they did.
And it was wild.
Yes,
like,
did.
and it'd be one like
Yeah.
you'd grab one and you'd start eating, and then you realize, crap, now my mouth is blue, and I gotta go in the
100%.
bathroom after
Yeah.
this. This isn't smart. Will
like-
would go down on those a lot.
Oh boy.
Well, I remember some of those media meals. Like they'd be serving us ribs and stuff, and like I don't care how careful you are, stuff is going to happen,
Yeah.
right? And a lot of times you're wearing like a white dress shirt or something.
Oh, yeah.
So everyone's eating their ribs, just you know, like
Fork and knife.
yeah, just like sometimes like the food. You have to pick the food that actually works with the reality of I can't get anything, especially you know yourself. Like
I used to spill all the time. In
Really?
the media lounge, yep. On everywhere, and I'd be like, "Who's got a Tide to Go pen?"
yeah, Tommy's in.
Whoopsies.
We had a guy. His name was Bill Makris. Remember Big Billy
Billy,
Makris?
yeah, he was with the Jackets for a while
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Oh, he's worked for everywhere. Right? 'Cause
That's
he's a
right.
legend. So he was like a ticket sales guy.
Yeah.
And he was like a Greek and just like told great stories and he always called everyone kid. Well, he would have stains like all over his shirt, right? Because
Did
like
he ever?
for lack of a better term, the process to get it from the plate to the mouth was an adventure, right? And so like I'm going to use this phone book here, which
Yes.
I'm going to talk to you in a second. So he would walk around with a file folder all the time, and he would just like hold it strategically so that when he would go and shake hands, he would like just switch the file folder hand, right?
Yeah.
And so like for the
right.
for the people listening on like without video, he would just kind of keep it pressed against his chest or wherever the stain
Yeah.
was, and then with his other hand he would just shake, and it
I
was
always
like
wondered about that.
yeah, but like, it was just like part of his DNA. So the people who knew. Like laugh. I go, oh, Billy had another mess with the old food again, right? So he would walk
sauce.
around with something to block it. And I'm like, what I love is at no point did you say, maybe I should like pay more attention to my eating. I'm instead going to get very aggressive with the hiding, but not the making of the
It's
mess.
like the parking of the car.
100%.
Yeah.
I know that I now like
Yeah.
I have evidence that I can't park this, but I don't care. I'm just gonna
exactly.
keep doing this.
Yeah.
Here it's
My identity is that I don't care. And if you knew Billy, like he just didn't care.
No.
Yeah, it didn't bother him. Whereas I would be mortified. Like I would go home and change my shirt if I didn't have the ability to do something, right? And so like even last night we're doing an event with the Oil Kings, so we went out to a practice out in Sherwood Park, and I'm walking, and the heel of my shoe just like popped off.
No.
Swear to God. So now I'm like clipping around the concourse, right? Because it happened right when I got there. And like I had some nice shoes, and just for whatever reason, the heel just like I had no warning that was going to happen.
Yikes.
So I pick it up, I put it in my pocket. Well, the shoes I'm wearing now, I would never wear with this outfit. And it actually bothered me because these aren't.
same way.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And so when I got home last night, I got home at like 8:30. I'm like, I got to wear a pair of dress shoes with black pants. I'm going to run with it. But like I have shoes I wear with jeans. I have shoes I wear with suits.
Yeah.
And my shoes that would have went with this outfit got bit last night. So I have to get them fixed. But I don't have that time, right?
Right.
And so you just like roll on to the next thing. There's some people that don't care. Like there's some
Like
people
Bill.
that, well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, there's some people that were completely oblivious. They own two pairs of shoes and they wear them at funerals, weddings, and everything in between.
Yes.
And they're just like, I have this pair of shoes and it goes the same with everything. I'm just like, I challenge that.
Bill Makris is a character. Great, heart of gold.
Yeah.
But he was always sweating.
Yeah. Well, he's a big guy.
He was a big guy, and he was like, "What do you need? Do you need tickets to something? Do you want to go to this?" I'm like, "I don't even know what kind of tickets I want. What are
Yeah.
you talking about?
Yeah.
What do you
He-
need?
he
Tell me.
knew
You
a
tell
guy.
me. You call
Yeah.
me." I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah.
thank you," and I never did.
Yeah.
But he would always offer. He reached out to me on LinkedIn like a year or two ago, and he's like, "I'm doing this. I've been watching you guys with this new station. What's going on?" I'm like,
He's the best.
well, I can't keep up with you,
Yeah.
Bill. Like, holy crap.
I think with, especially in this market, we've had a lot of characters come through here.
Oh my God,
And
yeah.
I mean that with respect. Like I mean
Yeah.
that with people that are just so genuine, do anything for you. And like it's never lost on me when people like Kevin Lowe, that people approach them for autographs. And like Kevin's like happy, like just like, you know, he loves being an Edmontonian. He loves being here. I'm like, that guy's a 6-time Stanley Cup champion. Okay, like you go to another market, however many markets have 6 times Stanley Cup champions outside of Montreal and Edmonton, not very many.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, he is so humble. He's so gracious. He's so great. And I get to travel with him because he's the governor of the Oil Kings. But I'm always blown away that people are like, that's Kevin Lowe. I'm like, yeah, that's Kevin Lowe. And he'll sign, he'll shake your hand, like, because he's a nice guy. You know
He's just a good dude. Yeah.
100%.
You're lucky though. We've been very fortunate to be around those guys and get to know them well. Characters is right. Now I've been on, and you've experienced them too. There's been some crappy people that have come in too. They usually don't last very long.
But that's the whole thing. Like if you can be in this business and if you can be in this market, and if you can last, it's because you're a good person.
This market's tough.
Oh, 100% is tough, but it's fair.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
I would say like this market will grind you. This market expects a lot.
Yeah.
This market gives a lot. But if you're not true, if you're a pretender, the pretenders, and you always see them come in, right? The hot shots that come riding in, I'm going to fix every problem. They usually come from other parts of Canada that they come in.
Kev, you talk about the guy that got me right now, and I was referencing him too. No name needed here, but he didn't last long with the next organization. But you're right. Finish that thought because you're right.
But like to me, like that's the beauty of Edmonton is we're a handshake town.
Yes.
If I said I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. And we have contracts and all that. Very rarely do you reference it because you and I talked and we know what we're going to do. I don't know how well I would do otherwise because like if I went to a different market, because I'm an Edmontonian, I love being here and I love how we do business. And all the time I get people are asking me, hey, I'm looking for this. Do you know someone there? I'm like, oh yeah, talk to this guy. Don't call anyone else. Call this guy. Right.
Yeah.
And like you and I were talking and before we started, Maddie and I were in the back and we're looking at different things on how the beautification of every room. And we're saying like, oh, maybe we can call Bruce and we can do this and this at William Huff. I'm like, he's the only guy that I would call. Like there's no other way, right? Like as if I would take a risk with someone else. I got Bruce Simpson here. I'm good. Right.
The best.
And everyone's got that Rolodex of being just like, if you need this, you need that. And if you've been in this town a long time, you get to meet the good people. And when you're out at events, like I love going, like it drives my kids crazy because I know so many people. I'm privileged to know so many people. And I'm privileged that so many people know me.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I love it. Getting out there, shaking hands. And it's not for everyone. I get that. But more than anything, I just love that the true, genuine nature of who Edmontonians are. I really do.
We're lucky.
Yeah, big time.
That's why like Jay fits so well into that business community.
Jay,
and stuff.
the glue guy, Jay
Jay's
Milne.
that guy. I go around.
He's so good.
And
He's
I go
awesome.
around with Jay. Jay knows everyone too. Like he just knows so many. It's football too, especially. But it's like we go somewhere and it's like, oh, Jay knows someone else again.
But like you know what I love, and I'm going to say this. So like whenever we're done on the air, I'll usually text you guys thanks for having me because I genuinely love being here. I appreciate every invitation. It's great. Jay, I brought him out to a game. I think it was in December. Texts me, Kev, this is so nice of you. Thanks so much. Don't have to do that. I'm happy to have Jay there. I'm like if Reed Wilkins or your guys, whatever, right? Like I'm happy to have you guys at the Oil Kings.
Yeah.
But take that extra little step of being just like, hey, thanks for having me. Just like, yeah, why wouldn't I have it? I'd have you every game. Tell me when you want to come next.
Yeah.
But those are those little things. I think that when you talk about pretenders or you talk about people who are real, the real people will take that second and just say, hey, like that was really nice. Thanks so much. It costs nothing, but it means a lot.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what I think. Jay's that guy.
Jay's that guy. And that's why his family business ran for 30 plus years in the city and all of that. They knew what they were doing and all that. And he may not be the best when it comes to like the glue guy when it comes to drafts around him, but beyond that, a wonderful individual. Absolutely wonderful
That
individual.
one cuts deep, Addy.
Well, it's the only time I like look at him and go, really, Jay?
That's all you got.
Interesting there, Jay. Okay. He's got the lock shop, by the way, him and Huss today. Oil Stream, Tommy, Reed, EST Afternoons, myself, Coop, Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne. Hello Hockey tomorrow as well.
That's right.
10 o'clock. Do you know what's on?
Well, Pagnotta for sure, and we're working on some other things. I was trying to get a hold of Bukauskas, but he might be in Milano still or taking care of his infant child or maybe flying to the next Saturday night game. I don't know. So
how well has he meshed with Elliot Friedman?
He's great.
Right?
He called me. He was worried last year. He's like, how do you get... He's like, I've never really done like podcasts, but I've never done radio stuff. And I know you did radio and you've done some podcasting stuff too. I'm like, just have a conversation.
100%.
You know what you're doing. It's not TV. He's like, He's like, I think I'm simplifying. I'm like, just get into it. Like, let Elliot talk.
Yeah.
You're just
Elliot's
guiding
a
him along.
machine, man. He's a machine.
Yeah.
And what I love about it is that when he stepped in, that was big shoes to fill.
Yep.
Like, you know what I mean? Like that 32 Thoughts is doing very well.
It's the
That's what I'm
hockey
saying.
podcast.
Right. 'Cause
Right?
that was Marek Wyshynski had started with.
Yeah.
And then it transitioned to Marek
And Friedman.
Friedman
Yeah.
because Wyshynski.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right. I
Yeah.
forgot that the genesis
And
of that.
so when Marek left, and all of a sudden, you know, 'cause
then
it was over the summertime, right? So there was that natural lull, and when they brought Bukowskis in, I was just like, whoa, because like I like Kyle, like the kid
He's
looks
awesome.
12, great guy, and he knows it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But he's a good guy, and he has fun at his own expense. But that's Elliot, right?
Yep.
Elliot makes fun of himself. Gene Principe is making fun of himself. Jack Michaels, like all these people, you have to have a sense of humor about yourself,
Yep.
and especially about your shortcomings. Just own it. You know what I mean? Like if Elliot, they always talk about Elliot being late. I get it. Like whatever.
Yeah.
But he's also the straw that stirs the drink, so he can be late, right? Like I'm not late because you're the guy that's the leading charge here. You're allowed to be late,
Right.
Yeah, that's the way I would see it, right?
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Well, and he's done a great job too, where it's like when Sportsnet took the rights from TSN, CBC, all that, like the TSN was kind of the face of all that. It was Bob McKenzie with Darren Dreger. And then at the end, Pierre LeBrun. That was their insider. You had to take over as on the national broadcasts, the insider.
Yeah, that's no joke.
And he filled in perfectly.
Yeah.
Because I remember like when I met Bob McKenzie, like I don't get starstruck much. Where I'm pretty in the middle. And I was just like, holy smokes, that's Bob McKenzie. Like I grew up watching Bob McKenzie.
He's great,
And
too.
remember, like if you didn't hear it from Bob, it wasn't a thing.
Right.
Right? Like when he was in his prime and in his heyday,
Yep.
he was the insider. He was the guy.
Well, what I loved about Bob was, look, I actually didn't have a problem when he did this, but Frank Saravalli spoiled the expansion draft for the Kraken.
Okay.
He called all the picks.
It's
had
kind
it
of
done.
funny, to be
I
honest.
thought it was
Yeah.
like, hey,
Yeah.
he nailed it. But then, like,
Nailed it.
Bob was in his semi-retirement, and at the draft, he jumped on his Twitter and he also did, like, it was an Adrian Wojnarowski thing, but he did like the first 12 picks. And then he's like, I'm done for the night, everyone, come on. And it was like Bob being like,
Mic drop.
I still got
Yep,
it. Like
yep,
I can still do this. And I'm, and like he wouldn't be getting in the Twitter beefs these days. Like he was just that standard. But yeah, I love that draft after, because it was just like he came in, he did his thing, and it was just, yeah, Bob, you're still the GOAT. You're still the guy. You're still number one.
Yeah.
You proved it yet again. Bravo, Bob McKenzie.
K-Rod, I'll tell you, I've told this story a couple times, but I still laugh about it. Was it the 24 Stanley Cup final or the playoff run leading up to the final? Kyle came into town. He's like, I gotta do the games the next couple of days. I'm like, okay. He's like, do you want to go grab dinner? I'm like, yep. Let's go grab a drink and a bite to eat. So we went. So I took him somewhere downtown, and we're gonna go grab a beer somewhere. And we're crossing the street, and we're waiting for the light to change. And a couple of guys, like in their 50s, come up to us, and they're like, "Hey, Kyle, can we get a picture with you?" Like right away, just, "Hey, Kyle, can we get a picture with you?" And they go, "Oh, hey, Tom, can you take it?" And I was just like, "Holy crap! Yep, no problem.
Yeah.
Good to see you too. Thanks, guys."
They know who you are. And also go,
Can
I
you
still
take it?
want your picture.
Just, "Hey, Tom,
Please
can you
stand
take it?"
out of the frame.
Yeah. I was like, "Yes, I can take
That's
it.
awesome.
I'll even frame it nicely for
Yeah.
you. You're
So
welcome."
good.
Yeah, I'll always remember that. I just looked at Kyle. I'm like, "You son of a bitch."
Yeah,
And
you
he's
got
like,
me.
"Eh."
Yeah, in your own talent
Yeah,
too, right?
yeah, this is my town.
Put a little finger in the shot.
Yeah,
Take it.
I will never
fantastic.
forget that. It just nothing. Just, "Hey, Kyle, can we get a photo with you?" And just like so polite and
course.
like really quickly.
Yeah, no malice.
Kind of sheepish. And, "Hey, Tom, can you take it?" I was like,
Not knowing what they're doing, but just completely disrespectful.
I was like, "Yup."
Well,
No
and, like
problem.
I see it all the time too. Like if Gene Principe is coming into the arena, especially what I love about when the playoff fever grips, right? Because then all of a sudden it's 3:00 in the afternoon and there's people already buzzing downtown. Like there'll come a time where the Oilers aren't in the playoffs, right? And there'll come a time where this up will have a down, and that's sport. I don't care who you are; it's coming. You just don't know when. The check is going to be due. And there'll be a time where we'll know when our season ends. And Tom, you and I lived through those years with the Oilers, where if April the 12th was the last game, April the 12th was the last game, and we didn't have anything beyond that. But right now, that juice and that energy, you can come out of the building, and it's 2:00 in the afternoon, 3:00 in the afternoon, and you can feel it.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, you start seeing someone like Gene Principe coming across the street, and people are honking at Gene, Gino! And he's like walking across the street. I'm like, what does Gene do? He's just on TV. Nicest human being.
Yeah, he is.
Jack Michaels, Staffy, like all those guys. What I love about it is that in this market, people know who they are, and they matter. And when the stakes are high and people are like full of energy, they give that energy, right? And then yourselves, you guys know how it is. Like when the energy's high, you feed off of that and you bring that on.
Yeah.
I think it's the coolest thing.
It's a great feeling, actually.
I can't wait for it to kick back in. I can't wait. They're making us nervous. Let's be honest. But
the NHL playoffs is fun too, just because it hits at the right time where it's spring
nice.
hits.
Yeah. Totally.
So it's like, and it sucks in those first rounds. Sometimes there's that rain or it's a little chilly. So, but when it gets like really nice, like cup finals and stuff, walking over and you're just like, it's 20 degrees outside. It ends, it's light out when you're walking out of the barn.
Yep.
It hits extra.
There's life.
It just hits a little better.
Yeah.
So
totally
yeah.
agree.
Last night the Oilers, nice dominating victory.
Yeah.
We'll see what the LA Kings do here.
Yeah. Especially at home, right? Like, you're allowed to have those games. Like every team has them. You sure like it when they're on the road, right? Like you don't like laying eggs like that at home.
Well, those are the games too that get coaches fired.
100% they do.
And the Kings are one of those teams that already had the question marks around the coaching staff. That it's one, like I have been on Twitter all morning, just refreshing every so often, just in case. Because like there's if you want to make a coaching change, there's not a lot of time left this season to try to go do that. No. And I know Ken Holland's not a guy that generally does those things, but it's one just because of that beatdown. It's like
100%.
Are we going to see that?
Jim Hiller had the 1,000-mile stare, and you could see him talking to himself too. And you know what, K-Rad? I remember guys that were coaching this team here during that time that had the same expression and seemed to be talking only to themselves during the game. And I was like, oh no, that is not a good place to be.
Yeah. It's crazy because those are the little things that if you're not acutely aware of what to look for, you'll miss that. But it's body language is so, it's one of those things that when you see it, it's so easy to see. I think in the moment, you may not realize what you're giving off, right? For body language, player, coach, whatever. But when you start analyzing it, you can see some guy muttering to himself on the bench. I'm like, that's not good. Not good for anyone.
No.
But like those are the kind of beatdowns, like that 8-1 loss at home. Those are the kind of things that can cause teams to overreact, overcorrect, overtrade, or whatever, right? And you look back because they're mad. And again, I'll bring this up. I remember when Kevin Lowe was our president, he was our general manager, and people wanted to run him out of here. There was billboards that said Lowe must go.
Oh yeah,
right. And he was the flashpoint. I'm like, I know Kevin Lowe through and through. I'm privileged. I know him. No one wanted to win more than Kevin Lowe. I promise you. If Kevin Lowe could have done something, if he could have put his skates on, he would have.
Yeah.
Right? He wanted it more than the players did. And yet he's the guy that people are trying to run out of town. I'm like, you guys don't get it. Like, we're lucky we have Kevin Lowe because the guys on the ice don't want it, but the guy in the office does.
Yeah.
And those are the things where sometimes just that collection isn't right. And if the players aren't right, they're not right. And that I don't care what sport you are, you know it. You know when you have the right players, and sometimes the results don't match the players that can give you those results.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you got a great group and they're not achieving. Sometimes you got a group that you're like, I don't know how in the hell we're winning, but we do. But more time than not, it kind of corrects itself. Where if you've got a good room, you'll have good results.
Yeah.
Very rarely do you have a good room and you somehow can't find success. Generally.
Fair.
You know what I mean?
I watched Kevin punt a hole through the drywall in the press box in Montreal when the Oilers went down 2-0 like 8 minutes in.
Yeah,
they ended up winning that game.
Sure.
And he I walked by and I'm like, oh, that wasn't there like 10 minutes ago. I think
No, there's a garbage can there now.
I think Patty Garland was like, yeah, Kevin did that. I was like, oh, he's mad.
No, but like just passion, right? And it's if you don't have passion, you don't have a chance.
Well, the thing I at the time, it was even the one thing you can never say about Kevin Lowe, and I will throw Craig McTavish into this. They cared about this organization. Like that
and
was
the
always
town,
there.
everything.
They always, like they could have, both of them could have just after their careers left this city, not made they're home, not cared about the organization, only showed up when there was the events, you know. They wanted to see this organization when they still do.
100%.
And I will always give them that credit that it was like,
the pride.
It mattered to them. Like the Oilers lost, it hurt you as fans.
Yeah.
It hurt them too. Like that wasn't just like a ho-hum or whatever.
That's what I mean. They weren't just collecting
more.
a paycheck, right? And there are some executives that I think are collecting paychecks. Not here at Edmonton, but just like in general, right?
Sure,
They're
absolutely.
just warming a chair.
Yeah.
They know they're going to get gas.
This is just a job. This is the next job. And for Kevin Lowe and Craig McTavish, this was more than a job.
Do you remember when John Tortorella was in Vancouver? And he lived there?
He didn't live
lived
there?
in on the US side.
Did he really?
Yeah. He drove in every game.
Yeah.
And that's why he wouldn't do a lot of morning skates and day off practices.
Eric Tillman was the GM of the Eskimos at the time, living in Regina.
Yeah. That's not a thing. Like I'm sorry.
Slash the South. He also lived in the South. Like he was a mix, but it wasn't Edmonton. It was very rare.
Absenteeism is not a thing. Like if you're not here, if you're not in the trench, and like I said, like when you're a general manager or a president or whatever, they don't expect to see you in the dressing room. They don't want to see you in the dressing room.
No.
But they also don't want to hear the fact that you're in another country, city, whatever. Like they want to know that you're here. Like, you know what I mean? Like our president and general manager of the Oil Kings, Kurt Hill, he lives here. He's at the arena every day.
Yep.
The guy, you know, he's packing a lunch because you're picking up on things, right? You're picking up on, okay, maybe I got something I got to snuff out. Oh, hey, this is actually better than I thought. Let's go here. And you don't get that when you're not there.
Dave Jamieson, we had an old guy that we worked with that ran
Poor
our
Dave.
old place.
Oh, I didn't talk about Dave.
No, not Dave.
Like poor Dave.
There was a guy, Pat Cardinal. He was a longtime music director, program director, and he would always say Pat was always good at like managing by walking around. He was always walking around and picking up on what's going on in the field. Like it just looked like he's just coming for a chat and just having a chat with Pat. But Pat's picking up on what's happening in my building, like what's going on, what do I need to work on, what do I need to fix, like those type of things. And you can't do that if you're not there.
No, and if you're not talking, listening, interacting. It's one thing to sit in your office with your door closed all the time. And you can say, well, I was there every day. Yeah, but you weren't. Right? And that's another thing the Oilers have been blessed with is just tremendous leadership of door open policy. Like, you know, we've had, you know, like the Bob Nicholsons, the Patrick LaForges. Like these are just your real people that are leading the company at the highest level. And I, as just like a regular schmo, could walk into Patrick LaForge's office. And if anything, Patrick would love it, right? Just come on in. And that's again, very quintessential Edmonton. But there was no way in hell that we would have that and have management that wasn't here. Like, that's bananas.
I think I walked into Kalo's office once and talked to him. At the
in
old
Kingsway, in the corner office?
He had the corner. And I was like, Tom, what's going on? I'm like, me?
Yeah.
I'll come in. Okay, yeah.
I remember like in that same office, so it was 2 levels. Well, it was actually 3. We had IT downstairs,
the
main
basement.
level. And so my office for a spell, you came up the staircase and I was right there. And the photocopy room was kind of right beside. And so
Okay, Rad.
There we go. We're back. What was the last thing you heard? What was the last thing you
did someone
heard?
text you or something and say, hey?
In the nasty chat, you
Like,
get muster point. So people
very
start
quick,
going, muster point, and then I know,
Let's
muster
go.
Well,
point.
since the last time
been
you've
a
been here,
while.
we have a code word for whenever the audio drops. Muster point.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's funny is you guys did not share that knowledge with me before I sat.
It's been a while since we needed
All
that.
I hear
So
Tommy say
fair.
muster point.
Yeah.
Matt's running, and I'm just sitting here being like, okay, it'll come to me.
guess
The
we got
knowledge will
fired
come.
here.
Yeah, the knowledge
It's
will
rare,
come.
but it happens. And I mean, we've evolved somewhat.
What was the last thing you heard? Because now people are hearing us again. What was the last thing you heard? So then we could continue on the conversation. Well, I like this from John Ashton. Take out the cartridge and blow on it.
Oh, but you know what? There's a whole generation that have no clue what that means.
Well, like
It
rotary
worked, though,
phones.
right?
Yeah,
Oh,
same
yeah.
thing. But yeah, anyway, those, you're right, the good
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
We're talking about like what angle people have, and Kevin reading on that, like, hey, I need tickets, or hey, can you get this for me or that for me?
Yeah.
Photocopiers. Yeah. So did you hear the Tambellini part?
Oh, Steve,
Or did you lose it on the Tambellini?
Steve would come and talk to Kevin for,
Yeah.
and genuinely.
And genuinely.
And they have a conversation.
Yeah.
Then we had a thing. Then there's those other people that have the conversation, but it's like,
I need something.
I need something. So you start that little.
Yeah. You make
Hey,
conversation.
what a squall we had yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, that was crazy. By the way, I need
tickets.
I need this and all that.
Yeah.
So
I try not to do that. I'm probably guilty of it.
How's the wife and kids? I don't have any kids. Oh, okay. Anyways, like one of those things. Eh? Like, yeah, you got me totally wrong.
hey, you enjoying your new car? What new car? I don't even own a car. Oh.
Anyways, yeah.
It's so true.
Oilers, by the way, we were talking about the Kings. Nice result.
Yeah.
That's a good bounce back from the Sharks game.
Yeah.
Get set for Saturday against San Jose.
Yeah.
Grab 2 points. It's actually a good road trip.
It
It's
is.
a strong
And
road
If they
trip.
do. Yeah.
I was lost during, so like I watched the Olympics, the Olympic hockey. I only started really watching when it mattered to me. And I'm not the biggest consumer of Olympic sport, right? Like I'm not going to watch the luge, or I'm not going to watch the figure skating. Yeah, it doesn't bite me the same.
Yep.
But I have a system that when I wake up in the morning, I usually check the WHL scores, I check the NHL scores, I look at the stats. Like I kind of have like half an hour where I just kind of consume. And I do it in the privacy of my own home. And when there isn't hockey games, like those nights where it's a Friday night and somehow there's no one playing,
Yeah.
because 20 teams played on Thursday and 22 teams are going to play on Saturday, we always have those. Those things drive me crazy because then my routine is gone. Right. In the Western Hockey League, usually the games are Friday, Saturday, Sunday,
Yep.
a couple sprinkles on a Tuesday, a couple sprinkles on a Wednesday. You don't get many non-holiday Mondays. You don't get many Thursdays. In the NHL, usually it's a big Saturday, it's a big Thursday, it's a
Yep.
big Tuesday. So you kind of have the every others.
Yep.
But every once in a while, you have those Fridays with one game or two games, or it's the Philadelphia v. New York Rangers. And I love the Rangers. There's nothing to see statistically in that matchup, right? Like that one, I look to see if Matthew Robertson, former Edmonton Oil King, is still playing, how he's doing. That takes me 1 second, and now I'm done. I don't care.
Do you know what's funny about what you're doing there, though? That was everyone back with newspapers.
Yeah,
right?
yes. Bowl of
Like you're
cereal.
now doing the new age of
Yes.
that, but the newspaper was you'd grab sports,
Yes.
you'd go, you'd look at your scores, you'd look at the
Yeah.
box score of the
100%.
games, you could see the standings. I miss looking at that newspaper.
I loved stats. I loved reading articles.
There was a big week. One day a week was the big stats
Sunday.
one. Where
Sundays.
it was Sunday, and
Sundays.
they'd throw you all the extra stats
They'd
of all
have
of that.
Bantam AAA,
Yep.
Bantam AA.
Yep.
My name, I would be like, am I top scorer this week? Yes, I'm in the paper.
So I'm going to date myself. I still read the paper on the weekends. I get delivered to my house.
Do ya?
It's part of my routine.
Sweet.
I
How many
love it.
minutes does it take?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
You couldn't line a bird cage with it now,
Yeah.
right? It's like 12, 15, 20 pages.
Through the library, you could get the digital copy, and I set my dad up for that because
Yep.
he used to. My family used to always have that
Yep.
paper. It was
There's
nice.
something with touching
Yes.
it, right?
Yeah.
Like to me, like I have a routine. I like to go to the gym in the morning. I'll come home, have breakfast. I'll have the paper out. And it blows my mind that the sports section, like even when the Oilers were in the Stanley Cup Finals, and there's so many stories to tell. Sports section's 3 pages,
Yep.
4 pages.
Yep.
Like I couldn't imagine, like in the 90s, in the 80s, it would have been 20 pages.
Remember
There's
how
so
thick
many
It would have went to
papers
A1.
were?
100%.
It would have been on the front page.
100%.
A1. It would have been a couple stories there. Then you got the sports
Yeah.
section,
Yeah.
and they would like before the Stanley
Yep.
Cup playoffs. There'd be a big section
Oh,
just
a build-up.
dedicated to the playoffs
Yeah.
preview.
Yeah. I love that, but like that's the reality of there's less people consuming, there's less people writing, and so it just becomes that vicious cycle, right?
Yeah.
So then more and more people aren't buying newspapers because there's not a lot of news in the newspaper, and then
There's
because
things happening.
well, right?
But it's also like it's late.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right? Like
that's
that's the
true.
thing. Like the stats,
Yeah.
you can do it now on the phone.
Yep.
And you can do it when you want.
Yep.
You could do it that night. You don't have to wait till the newspaper's delivered
But
the
that's
next
the
day.
expectation, right?
And you
I want it now.
And that's what hurts is that now it's with everything. It's I need it now. I need it now. I need it now.
Yeah.
I want to know immediately.
My nono, they were a journal. My grandparents were journal.
See, I was always
my
a
mom
sun
and dad
guy.
were son.
Yeah.
So whenever I'd go to my nono and nonas, I'd have to read the journal. And my
Yeah.
nono would be, he would have the paper, he'd put it down on by his chair in the living room.
Yeah.
And you know how huge that thing was? Like
Yeah.
you double fold. Mm-hmm. And I'd be like, no, you done with the sports yet? He's like, give me 10 minutes. I'm like, okay. And then he would like, okay, Davi, here you go. And he'd give it to me and you'd have to like refold it so it was neat.
yeah.
And then like you learn the ways to like rotate the paper so that you can read it over the bump and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And instead of having like this massive thing, it was a process.
Yeah.
And I didn't mind it at all.
I was a journal household.
Really, eh?
My aunt and uncle were the Sun household.
Yeah.
So every so often I'd maybe get a Sun from them or look at the sports section because it was
Well,
just
that one
different.
was easy. You
Yeah,
just
that's
opened
what I
it.
mean. It was
Yeah.
very magazine-like.
The journal, you had to flip,
Yeah.
Nah,
open,
it's-
and then
But like
you
we
had to,
always said,
flip it
like
down.
the journal had the news, right? The
Yeah.
Edmonton Sun was like sports and
Yeah.
and like pop culture ish. Like if
was
you want,
quick.
yeah, right. But I just love the format of the Sun.
Yeah.
Plus, it had the Sunshine Boy and Girl, which
You remember the Sunshine Boy? I forgot about that.
Walking Gage was one.
Joaquin Gage, my favorite Sunshine Boy of all time.
Gage
The
was
only one I really know.
Okay, hold on.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes.
That's unreal.
he has never brought it in. Like we've asked him.
Actually, I think my buddy Ken Morrison was a Sunshine
Okay,
Boy.
I still know people at the Edmonton Sun. I will track one down.
Yeah, Cager was.
Have you guys seen it?
No.
Okay, I'm on it.
No, apparently he was like lying down at Heritage Days, like
Oh
by
my
a
goodness.
bale of
Come on.
hay or whatever. Yeah.
Joaquin Gage.
If
Yes.
Gage is still here, I hope he's listening. Maybe pop in and tell us the story.
Yeah, he's his Sunshine Boy.
okay, I'm gonna find that.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh my
on it.
God, wouldn't
I'm
that be
on it.
something?
I'm on
It
it.
was his second stint with the Oilers, so it had to
Yeah.
have been 2000, 2001.
So then right away, if I'm Sean Brown, I'm like, what, did you not answer your phone that day? Like Sean Brown's a handsome fella,
Yeah,
right? Like,
yeah.
like Brownie, what were you doing that day? Like, come on.
Too busy. right? He's busy.
Unless they did an Oilers stretch there. Maybe they had a couple little while.
You know, Reho Retzelanen or like, you know what I mean? Like,
Igor Ulanov.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah,
exactly my name.
I love that. But yeah,
Yeah, no, Gager was the Sunshine
days-
Boy.
that's hilarious.
that
So-
is good.
I love how I can learn stuff like that. I had no knowledge on.
I remember I met a Sunshine girl that was a cheerleader for the Eskimos at the time.
That checks out. Yeah.
And I tried. She gave me the time of day, and I totally blew it.
Come on.
Oh yeah, dumbass. But I was like, oh my god, this was the Sunshine Girl from like a couple months ago.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that was a big deal.
So when you started approaching her, you knew she was a Sunshine Girl, or did you
yeah, but
find
I
that
didn't
out?
tell her that. But
Yeah, yeah.
I knew
You
everything.
knew.
I was like, oh yeah.
And that's before the full
Yeah.
the whole socials.
Yeah,
That's
no,
tremendous.
Where now you could like just learn everything
Yeah,
about
yeah.
anyone.
Yeah, true enough, right?
Before you meet them or something.
yeah.
Yeah.
Good and bad.
Well, and you know what's crazy is like she's friends of friends, and I was like, damn it, I wish I was like as knowledgeable or as suave as like,
Yeah.
you know, I wish I was a little more seasoned.
Sure.
Like I am now.
Yeah.
I'm like, I swear I probably would have gotten her. But doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That was one I was like,
That's tremendous.
way out of my
Yeah.
league.
Adam Zeal has something. It's just back to newspapers. He says this is the best advice I got from a finance prof. Read the physical paper. By reading the whole edition instead of articles you might be curious about, another article you might become more informed. Like you might see another
It's a
article
deeper dive,
and
right?
you might be informed. Or you're reading this. Oh, what's this? Oh my God,
That's a great Photoshop.
is that it?
Yeah, yeah. No,
That is
that's
not-
Dwayne
that's The
Johnson.
Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
But
just
with
making sure.
Joaquin's old photo on it.
Yeah.
Whoever sent that in, that's brilliant.
That's another thing. Like, I'm probably not the biggest Dwayne Johnson fan. The Rock. Like,
Yeah.
I just think he's so full of himself. He doesn't leave much room for anyone else's oxygen. But that's fine. His tequila is pretty average. His energy drink is average.
He's a tequila and an
tequila?
energy
Yeah.
drink?
Yeah, that's Zoa. Is that the way they sell at Costco?
Oh, really?
Back to Costco.
And that's the Rocks?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think it's kind of shitty, but I'm a Red Bull guy. Give me the bull or give me the goods, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so he's got an energy drink. He's got a tequila. I can see it in my head. I can't believe I can't
look it
remember
up.
what it's called. Very average, overpriced. But one thing that he is he's pretty good about laughing about his journey. Right, like, and the photo that Tommy just showed was the Rock with the fanny pack and the turtleneck, and it's a
Yes.
Halloween costume, right? Terramana.
Terramana.
There we go, Terramana.
Never heard of it until you brought it up.
Yeah, Yeah, it's like $75 in a liquor store.
Yeah.
It should be about, it's a good looking bottle. It's a clean bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a $40 bottle of tequila all day, but because it's got his
I don't think I've seen
his stamp on it, you're not missing anything. I can tell you that.
I just can't buy into him as this global star.
Yeah.
Because I see him as WWE.
Yeah. But I think he's done great. Like, come on.
Absolutely.
He's made money.
But then he's like, the movies he's in are the I don't have to think explosion type stuff.
Hey, Schwarzenegger did that for 40 years. Right?
But then there's the Dave Bautista, who's like, he was in Dune or something, which is just like a really intense, solid, like an unbelievable movie.
Yeah.
It's not just explosion stuff. It's just
he can act.
Quiet. Yeah. So I view him, like I've been able to separate him from the wrestling world. But The Rock, I just see like, well, I just want you back to be like, give you some with The Rock. That's all I want from you.
I remember The Rock like that. But Dave Bautista is an interesting character. He's an intellect too, it seems like.
Very much.
Yeah. Like
he was flat broke when he left wrestling.
Really?
Flat broke.
Who, Bautista?
Flat broke.
Really?
Flat broke. Wow. He's talked about it a lot. That he got into acting because he had no money.
Wow.
And I don't know what he lost his money on. But like the wrestlers make good money, but then they have to spend big money, right? Like they're usually their transportation, their accommodations, like all that stuff is theirs.
Is it?
Oh yeah, like getting from A to B. If you're just some sort of a mid card guy, they have to figure it out. That's why they carpool.
Wow.
Nowadays it's getting better and better and better. But back in the 80s and the 90s, those guys would jam 8 guys into a car that held 4 because one guy would rent it, everyone would chip in.
Right.
And they would all sleep in a hotel room. One guy get a hotel room, 2 guys would sleep in the bathtub. Like that was the kind of stuff where nowadays everyone's got it a little easier.
Yeah.
But that's probably not a bad thing. But when you compare it to how it used to be, like one of my friends, Andy, he's an independent wrestler. These guys are going in a van to Prince George, Alberta, or Prince George, British Columbia, to wrestle in front of a couple hundred people.
Yeah,
and they love it.
Those are great events.
Yeah, but like,
Those are actually fun events.
I'm going to indie wrestling tomorrow. Tonight. Today's Friday.
Is that Rec Room?
At Rec Room. I'm there tonight.
Oh, Mooner and I want to go to one soon and try Mahjong. Yeah.
Yeah, LPW, like Spencer Love and LPW, they do a great job. We have them at Rogers Place every year for the Oil Rumble, we call it, and I'm going to watch it tonight.
I saw the Oil Rumble. It looked hilarious.
And Carius was right in there.
I saw what Carius did.
Was Carius part of it?
He was very proud of what he did.
He had this leather coat that was like vintage.
I would picture like Carius for something like that.
I'm like, KK, are you in the ring? He's like, oh yeah, watch. And I was like, you're like throwing down. He's like, I'm not messing around.
Oh yeah, he was like backstage, like he was in the zone. Right, I was talking to him.
He's getting into character there.
Yeah. And it's wild. Like I could be on KK's show and in September, right?
Yeah.
And I could be talking about my home opener. And my focus is trying to tell people, hey, the Oil Kings are back. We drop the puck, whatever the day is.
Yep.
And he'll bring up that wrestling. Like he'll always just bring it up, right? Where I'm just like, that's 4 months from now. Tickets are on sale. No one's going to buy them. But you know what I mean? Because like we promote stuff closer to the game, of
course.
But yeah, he just loves it. And I can't say I saw it coming, but it kind of makes sense now that it's here.
He's the best. He's
100%.
I love KK.
Yeah. And talking about genuine guy.
They're salt of the earth for sure. We need to talk Oil Kings because it's a stretch drive too, obviously, with K-Rad here.
We're in.
I know I was talking to Mason Kenny. I see Mel Lowe all the time. They're strength and conditioning coaches for the Oil Kings. And I was like, Mace, what's going on? He's like, yeah, we've lost a few games lately. I'm like, maybe it's just a blip. What's going on? Give us a quick synopsis because the playoffs are coming up here, and this is a team that's expected to make noise.
Oh, absolutely. We're sitting third right now, and what I love is we put a lot of points in the bank early on, so you can have these little stumbles. Tuesday night, we played a game that was interesting. We were well in control against Medicine Hat Tigers. For those who don't know, Medicine Hat Tigers second in our division. We're chasing them, and we don't like them. Like I'll say it straight, right? Like on the ice, we don't care for them. In a lot of times, what happens on the ice doesn't translate into the boardroom, right? Like I'm good friends with the guys from Calgary, Red Deer, Brandon Wheat Kings, like you name it. Very few of them are you just like, you know what? Like I want to beat you on the ice, and we don't care for you in the boardroom, and the trainers don't get along. Like everyone's just kind of animosity filled.
I like this.
Medicine Hat is that team for us, where we're just like, you know what? Like it's a beautiful building. If you haven't seen the building in Medicine Hat, it's in the middle of nowhere, but it's a beautiful, beautiful building. And it always seems that the games are chippy because they mean something.
Yeah.
Right. And we were well in control of that game on Tuesday, and we didn't win. And we lost in spectacular fashion. But like what I love about junior hockey, you can have a 1-0 game, and the next night it's a 10-5 track meet, right?
Yep.
And so, like, what I'd say to you is the Oil Kings are a really good team. You know, we got Lucas Sachin. We're banged up. Every team is.
Yep.
Our regular season comes to an end on March 22nd. So a lot of people don't realize, like, I've only got, after this weekend, like Saturday and then 7 games in March. We have 8 home games left in the regular season. That's it.
Yeah.
And because we start earlier, right? We start third week of September. We finish third week of March. And we actually just talked about like we're here. Like there's 8 games left, and what I like is we're heavy on the home games. Rogers Place is so busy with the PBR, the CFR, next year the World Juniors.
Oh yeah,
it causes us to do a lot of road games in the front half, which the president and GM Kurt Hill, he always likes to see a synergy, right? If in the front of this at the Christmas break, if you can play roughly the same amount of games at home as on the road, then it's a good balance. Mm-hmm. In our building, that's not really possible because we're out of the building so much.
Yeah.
And so what it does is it causes you to have compression. Like, why did the Oilers have 11 games in the month of January? I've never seen that.
Yeah.
Like the Oil Kings, the most we've ever had in a month that I remember is 9 in the month of January. And it kills the fans.
So many
It's
home
so
games.
hard on the fans and the staff and everything. The Oilers had 11.
Yep.
That is so much. You're playing every other night.
Yeah, that was and 4 road games, right?
Yeah.
It was 15.
It was crazy.
There's a big,
It was
Yeah.
yeah.
But you'll always have a month where it's easy, and then it's like for us, usually the month of November, even when we were at Rexall Place and the PBR was, or the CFR was there, you'd be on the road and you say, okay, I've got a really easy November, and you look at January, I'm like, that's the price I pay, right? Because that's why I've got 15 games the month of January. A, it's a long month, but B, it's because we had a light month of home games in November.
Yeah.
I don't care how many times you tell yourself that. Until you love it in November, you're like, oh, I haven't had a game in a week. This is great. Or 10 days. In January, you're like, I got to get back to the rink again tonight. Like, you know why you're compressed, but you forget it, right? But yeah, the Oil Kings are a really, really good team, like super entertaining. What's really funny is for Tuesday night, we've really focused a lot on like the food specials, right? During the week, we do things to really entice fans to come out. So on Wednesdays, we do $2 hot dogs all night long. Tuesdays, $2 tacos. We had 5,500 fans buy tickets for a Tuesday night game in Edmonton.
Taco Tuesday?
Taco Tuesday.
I love that.
We sold just under 2,000 tacos. I love it, right? Like, and like they're good tacos. Like, I wouldn't promote something if I was like, I can't believe that 2,000 people ate that taco. It's fantastic, and like even the hot dogs, like it's fun. And what I love about it is families get to come out.
Yep.
They get without breaking the bank, right? You can get a ticket for $20. You can get kids food combos for $7.50, and more than anything, they can come with a repetition to it, right? Whereas like the Oilers are an elite product, and fine. But the Oil Kings are there for people to come repetitively because it's more available. Because it's able for people to say, hey, for $100, myself and my wife, or me and my 2 kids, or whatever it is, we can come out, we can get tickets, we can have something to eat, and it's good. And I'll tell you, if you haven't seen the hockey, it's great hockey.
It is great hockey.
We're really blessed.
You know what I have noticed in the last year or two, living where we do in our building right across the street from the arena. You see when it's an Oil Kings night, you see the Oil Kings gear.
Yes.
And I'm like, that's a good sign.
Yep.
And then you even see, I saw some like old school Lethbridge Hurricanes jerseys when Lethbridge was in town a few weeks ago, and it was like -30. I think it was a weeknight too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
And
it was
a
gross night.
A bunch of guys in Lethbridge Hurricanes gear, and I was leaving the gym and I was going home, and I'm like, shit, the Oil Kings are playing. And then I'm like, the game's over, and these guys are hitting whatever bars are open around our place, and I'm like, they're freezing their butts off because they didn't wear a jacket, but they got their Hurricanes jersey.
They're,
I'm like,
they're repping.
That to me is a good sign. So I like seeing that.
And I think a lot of teams that have multiple brands, I think what they try and do is they market them the same, right? So in the early days, I think the Oil Kings were kind of marketed like Oilers Light.
Yeah.
And we haven't done that for like a decade or more, because like the Oil King fan, the junior hockey fan, hey, they love hockey, they love junior hockey.
Yes.
And when we've seen interruptions in the Oilers NHL, right, for lockouts or whatever, all of a sudden the attendance for the Oil Kings doesn't go up. And naturally you would think it would. You'd be like, oh, okay, these guys are hockey fans, and these Oiler fans can't watch their team because of lockout or whatever it is. but they don't come to the juniors. No different than the juniors don't go to watch the NHL. And everyone just kind of likes, and there is crossover, absolutely.
Sure, of course.
But we market it completely different than the Oilers. We market it because it's a different product. And because of that, it has success. And to your point, like there's more and more jerseys. You know, the one thing that entertains me to no end is for, I think about 6 or 7 years, we had like a black and green third jersey.
Oh, I remember that one.
Right?
I liked it.
Yeah,
I did too.
it was really good at the time. And now we have a blue one that I think is superior, right? Like it's a good looking.
Yes.
Our third jersey now is really good looking. Not saying the other one wasn't. I just think this one's superior. I can tell you that every night someone's wearing that black and green jersey. I was actually just talking to a gentleman. He bought one of our specialty jerseys, right? And he said to me, he goes, my son was in the lineup, like the sixth skater to kick the game off years ago. So he sends me a photo of his son in that green and black jersey beside Brandon Baddock, our captain.
Bads, yeah.
Right? And I'm just like, I'm old because I remember Baddock when he was but a pup. And like this guy had that photo and he sent it to me just like this.
Yeah.
And I was like, how cool is that? He goes, my son is a pilot that flies the plane that McDavid and Draisaitl, they own like shares of a private jet, which I think is brilliant. Because they don't need a private jet, but they want a private jet here and there.
I have a feeling I know who got them into that.
Oh, yeah?
Well, who else?
But so like what's smart is then they have their ability that when they need it, they can just jump on like a timeshare.
Yes.
Well, this guy was the pilot that flew them from Edmonton to Calgary before they went to the
Oil Kings
Olympics.
kid.
Yes. I love that stuff.
That's cool. And it does demonstrate how old we are. That black jersey with the green trim. I'm not going to throw him under the bus, but I was shown the purple version of that.
There was all kinds of colors. There was purple. There was teal.
Yeah.
Purple was like it was gonna go.
It was close. Yeah.
Yep. And
I
then
saw
they went
the
green.
one that was made up, the sample or whatever.
I know for sure there was an orange one. I know for sure there was a purple one.
Yeah.
We can say his name. It was Jordy Weedman. That's fine.
Well, okay.
Yeah,
sure,
Jordy's a good friend.
Well, yeah. Let's say it's Jordy.
I haven't heard Jordy for a long time.
Yeah. But so what was hilarious is what they didn't realize at the time. So I was working for the team, but that was before I was like running the team. Yeah. The green they picked was the only green that was used in sports. They picked a shade of green that no one else used.
Yeah.
And what you want in sport is you want commonalities. You want the blue for the Edmonton Oilers to be the same as the blue from the Vancouver Canucks or whatever, so that when they're making it, they can say, okay, this is Oilers blue, this is Canucks blue. But when you pick a one of one, and they didn't have the thread, they didn't have the colors, so they literally crippled the factories making these things because they're like, no one else in the world is using this color of green, and it crushed them.
Yeah.
So it's like, whoops, those are things you learn. So as you design jerseys, you try and make it so that it's a common color scheme.
Yeah.
So that the people who are cresting it, the people who are making it, they can say, oh, okay, this has the same elements as whatever, the Denver Broncos.
Yeah.
Right? Like it doesn't need to be within your sport. It just needs to be a jersey that's being created. And then they can use that same color palette. They chose a green that no one else used. Like, whoops.
Yep. That is a great point. I thought it was Seahawks, but maybe it's a little bit different.
It was different.
Yeah.
But I think it went to there like after like year 2 or so where the people making them were like, you need to change this color.
We can't do
Yeah. You're killing us right now.
Manufacturers are probably like, oh my God, you guys are killing us. That's funny.
Yeah.
And it's also very interesting. Oh, I had a story about that, but I forgot it. Sorry. I lost it. No, I do.
Go for it.
Sorry.
Let's go.
The Eskimos, their old helmets, I think it was like 04-ish.
Yeah.
Where they had to switch the yellow on the helmets. It was like it was a more gold. And then that color wasn't being used anymore.
There you go.
And they had to go to a brighter yellow.
To fall in line with other teams. Yeah. Yep.
And you'll see it. It's right around 2003,
That's
2004.
funny.
You can see it in the photos. It's like, oh, the helmet's different.
Those are
now.
the things behind the scenes that people don't realize.
Yeah.
Right? Those are the things that people don't understand, that we compete with each other on the ice, on the field, on the whatever. But usually businesses kind of work together a little bit. Mm-hmm. And the more that you can be similar but different, the better it is for everybody.
Yeah.
But when you stand on an island on your own, when it comes to color especially, you're going to pay a premium for that. Like, you can get it.
Yeah, the cost is going to come up.
You're not going to like the cost at all. I promise you right there. We'll get it for you. but buckle up.
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
gonna be gritting your teeth a bit. Yeah.
That's the one
These
thing.
things are really good.
I told you,
They're really good. Yeah.
The one thing about the Oil Kings is they're always great jerseys, I would say. And it's just such a good logo to build off of, even the alternates that have been used. It's classic.
And
It's so
speaking
well
of
done.
the third jersey with the lion logo and the crest,
Yeah.
I went to the Oilers store and Hernan's cousin works there. Eddie, he's one of the managers. I think he's the manager there.
Yeah.
And I saw a really nice Oil Kings hat with that logo, a nice New Era one. And I took a picture. I sent it to Rogan. I'm like, hey, this is really nice. And he's like, it is.
Yeah.
He's like, yes, it is, Tom.
Yeah.
You can buy it. I was like,
Yeah.
yes, I will buy it. Don't worry. It's that nice.
It's so good.
Yeah.
What do you got coming up for the Oil Kings? Event
So
night,
actually, we
at
got a
least.
weekend. So we're in Red Deer tonight, Friday night. Saturday, we've got Princess Night.
Cool.
Yes, we're giving away tiaras. And so what's funny is, I'll tell this story. We did Princess Night for the first time last year. And my girls are older, right? My girls are 21 and 19. They're not dressing up as princesses. But when they were young, they love it. Like if you've got a daughter at home, chances are she's got some form of a gown or a dress that she loves. And I remember being a young father, and you would look for things to do with your girls. And if I could marry like hockey and princesses so that my daughters could be like, okay, I've got something they can see Ariel on the concourse and I can watch some hockey and hey, we'll have some popcorn, great time. And our head coach, Luke Pierce, did not like it. Like he was like, Kev, he goes, what are we doing here? And I was just like, what are you talking about? Me as a father, like I'd be all about it. And it was a runaway success last year. Like so many, and I didn't even ask people to have their kids dress up.
Yeah.
They came with because like their girls wanted
Princess
to.
Night.
Yeah. And so this year we've leaned into it a bit more to say, hey, listen, like bring your princess in her whatever regalia that she likes to be in. And we're going to have princesses on the concourse. So there's going to be Jasmines are going to be there and Cinderellas, and they can take photos, and we're going to give away 1,000 tiaras. And they're just like a typical tiara that says Oil Kings on the side, right?
Nice touch.
And yeah, and those are the things that we get to do because it's fun. And then on Sunday afternoon, we have the Ghostbusters there. So the Alberta Ghostbusters are going to be there.
Still my heart.
Right?
Hey, Tommy.
Yeah.
Going to the game.
Yeah, like they are a great charity. They raise money for the Stollery Children's Hospital. They have Ecto 1, like a replication of Ecto 1.
This is the Alberta Ghostbusters.
That's right.
Jeff Nash works with
Jeff
them all.
Nash,
Yeah.
Nasher, like honestly, he helps elevate their whole program.
Yeah.
Mario's the leader, and they bring him on. They bring them on the concourse. They have a Slimer that's like 3D photos kind
That's
of thing.
cool.
It's so cool, and they're in full gear. And these people are like cosplay kind of things, right?
Yeah.
Where they make their own packs and they got their own gear. Men and women, they're going to be walking around on the concourse, taking photos, and they're raising money for the Stollery Children's Hospital. Like, what could be better than that? And that's Sunday. So we got Princesses on Saturday. We got the Ghostbusters on Sunday. And then tonight we're playing in Red Deer. A nice, easy drive down the road. And then I can't believe that Sunday is March the 1st.
Yeah, I know.
Crazy.
The weekend after is time change.
Absolutely.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
Actually, that years and years and years ago in my earlier life in the Oil Kings, we had a game on time change day, right? On that Saturday that we changed back an hour because we spring forward.
We lose an hour of
That's
sleep,
right.
so it'll be an hour ahead.
This is the one everyone hates. So I thought, what would be a great idea is I'll give away Oil Kings clocks. Okay, so we had like Oil Kings plastic clocks, one of those Chinese specials, right? Made in China kind of thing. And we handed them out and like no one got it. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like today's time change. Like here's a clock. And it's still hanging on the wall in Rogan's office. It's still hanging on the wall in Kurt's office. And it's just like, it didn't work. Like as a promo where I'm just like, I could be the smartest person in the world, landed completely flat. We've never done it again. But I still see those clocks every once in a while. And I tried. Like I really tried so hard.
That's a good one.
It didn't work though.
It's clever,
Yeah.
but sometimes just way over people's heads.
Yeah.
It's still a clock.
Yeah.
Like, who doesn't want a little bit
The
of
nice
clock?
thing with the clock is when you put it on the wall, it usually stays there until the battery needs to be changed, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, like when we've done all kinds of giveaways and this kind of thing, and that's the beauty of junior hockey is it's a little bit sizzle and a little bit steak. But when the promo usually when they align, then you're like, okay, we just took a great game and made it exceptional. And every once in a while, the promos just don't work, and you're like, all right, we tried, and we move on.
How was Scooby Doo night? Sorry.
It was so good. So we wore jerseys that were Scooby Doo inspired.
Yep.
They have never generated more money in the history of the Edmonton Oil Kings. Everyone loved them.
Wow.
Yeah. And like what I love, we were throwing Scooby snacks out in the crowd. And like the players, what I love about the players is that they want to play hockey, but they want to play hockey in front of thousands of people.
Yeah.
Right. And every once in a while, I have to remind them, like, hockey is great. The value is unmatched. But then when we bring promotions in like Scooby-Doo, when we're Ghostbusters or Princesses, that's what helps get those other people that maybe aren't hockey fans, but they want to come and see, like, okay, I'm going to come for the Princesses. I understand. I can get, cheap food and I can watch the game.
Yep.
That's the magic, because then you can get more people hooked. And we have so many of our season seat holders started out that they were looking for stuff for them and their kids to do. And like we have season seat holders that one season seat holder that he was the single father. So he separated from his wife, and the only connection he had with his girls is they loved the Oil Kings. And so did he. He's still a season seat holder to this day. One of his daughters works for us.
Nice.
And I just think, well, again, old. But what I love about that is that as a parent, you don't know where your kids want to spend their time and energy.
Yep.
But if you can do it in a place like Rogers Place, you get to see a beautiful arena, you get to see some great hockey, and they get to have fun. They go home with a crown or they go home with whatever. Then you're like, that kind of checks all the boxes. And that's one of those things where like that's the beauty of the Oil Kings, is we get to have that kind of fun on a nightly basis.
Just more boxes checked. Was that a good time? Yeah, absolutely.
Let's do it
what
again.
You're looking for.
Yep.
We're here for you.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
And then so 3 weekends, or is it 4 weekends?
Left?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically 3 weekends.
three?
So March
That's
the 22nd is a Sunday. That's our last game of the regular season.
So that's 4 weekends. Including
I guess,
this weekend.
yeah.
I'm just trying, because like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It's almost April and stuff, which is great. Too,
Yeah, but that's what I mean, right?
Yeah.
So like, we're already working on scenarios for the playoffs, right? Because we've clinched the playoffs. We don't know who we're going to play.
Right.
So then depending on who we play, like if we wind up with Brandon, the series looks different.
Yeah.
Because Brandon's 14 hours one way. So we would try and do like 2 games here, 3 games there, 2 games here.
And it has to be bust.
Absolutely.
Because in the WHL, you only fly in the championship.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they want that parity, right?
Yeah.
They want to make it so that the Prince Albert Raiders, Swift Current Broncos aren't at a financial disadvantage. But guys like the bus. Like to get, like, I'm not saying they like rambling 14 hours to Brandon, but you know what I mean? Like when you get to go on the bus, like guys get to have a good time on the
Clubhouse
bus.
on wheels.
Absolutely.
You get away
right?
with your
Great
boys,
description.
have a good time.
At this time of the year, they don't like being on the bus because we've been on the bus a lot.
Yeah.
But some of the best experiences and some of the best memories come from just interactions on the bus and the fun. I don't know if you've seen our bus this year, but we put
I saw it.
We put the heads of all the players like cartoony kind of thing.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. And so we had fun, right? So all of our players got their own, and I think some of them look pretty spot on, and some of them look a little off. I won't lie. And our athletic therapist, his name is Adrian Presnella, and he's a great guy. Like when I talk about genuine human being, like he is like definition of what a genuine human being is. Well, we didn't tell him we were putting his face on the bus. And so we bring the bus in, and you can feel the energy of the players because they don't know about it either.
Yeah.
And so Prezi, he's walking backstage with his cart, loading up the bus, and he sees his head, and he's just, whoa! He was without words, right? And everyone's just howling in the background. And so then it went over so well that I was like, okay, I got to put Rogan Dean on that.
I saw that.
And I didn't tell Rogie. And I talked to our GM Kurt, and I was just like, hey, like I'm gonna do this. I think it's hilarious. Like, what do you think? He's like, oh yeah, do it up.
Yeah.
And so Rogan, we were low. It was a concert day that day.
I think you guys did a video about this.
Oh
didn't you?
yeah.
Yeah.
Because like if you know Rogan, like he plays hard to get, right? Like he's that fish that doesn't jump in the boat, but he just loves being caught, right?
Yeah.
So
That's such a great. Oh, that is so him.
Yeah, he like plays with you, like I don't want to be caught. And he puts a hook in his mouth. And
Okay,
he comes in,
reel me in.
You got me.
Yeah.
So yeah, we put it on the bus, and so as he's coming out, like the players saw it before he did, and so I started telling the players, I'm like, hey, make sure you tell Rogan, like he looks really good today. And so as he's kind of coming with the car, like way too many people are complimenting him, right?
Yeah.
So he knows something's coming, and he just looks at me, just stares a hole through me because he knows, but he doesn't know yet.
Yeah.
And then he comes around the bus and he sees it, and he just like shakes his head, like we're all just having a great time.
Yeah.
But, like that's the beauty of being a part of a team.
Great point.
Is there's no malice to it. It's purely entertainment based.
Yep.
But that's what I love about it, right? And that's what keeps me coming back day after day.
I love that. That's good camaraderie.
Yeah.
That's glue guy material right there.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know we only have like 7 minutes left.
Okay.
I want to ask you, and like if it puts you in a spot that you can't say, but I'm very as a downtown resident, as someone who's
gonna talk
close
snow
to the
clearing?
organization, what's that?
We're gonna talk snow clearing.
We could. Don't get me started. Him and I go bike lanes, and he goes, "Shut up." We won't get it. No, but I know Kyle Ferguson has done a great job. Fergie's done a great job with the event center and the tent and all that. But now that new facility is going to be going in, and I know there's a timeline and it's starting to get finalized. I ran into Fergie and I ran into Patty Garland, and they're like, Tom, like this thing is going to be amazing. And we don't know what we're getting until we see it, but people are going to be wowed by this. Like, what do we know, K-Ride? Because I know you probably get privy to some things. I know you can only say some things. But
No, I can tell you what I know, which isn't very much. So basically, I saw the schematics, and it's going to be like an indoor-outdoor kind of a thing, right? So it can expand in beautiful weather. Like, I would say to you that Edmonton's never had a facility like this, period. And so if you don't know what the parcel of land, it's basically where Oktoberfest, that big tent is. Ferguson's skeleton of a tent right now, right?
They did a great job with that.
Oh my goodness. Like there's no question. Like, of course, back in the day, like that's where the casino used to be.
The Baccarat.
Baccarat Casino. And so now it's a beautiful parcel of land right in the heart. And the one thing I love about everything that we've done is we've created that energy downtown. You guys know it better than anyone. Downtown never had an energy before.
No.
Right? And like downtown sidewalks used to roll up at 5 o'clock. In our old building, you couldn't go out for supper before a game or a concert, right? Like you had
Coliseum.
That's right. You had the Coliseum, you had the firehouse,
Fireside.
That's right.
That was it.
That was it.
Yeah.
And now you just like, it's an embarrassment of riches. Do you want to go to the Sabor? Do you want to go to the brew house? Do you want to go to the ice house? Like, where do you want to go before the game, after the game? And this entertainment venue is going to basically take over that parcel. So that whole tent is going to come down and they're going to start construction. And it's going to be the best of both worlds, where when the crowd and the environment dictate, the walls stay up and it's closed.
Cool.
And when it's open, they can open it up so that they can have that whole parcel. Like it's unlike anything we've ever seen.
I'm very excited. And that's why I wanted to bring it up. And I know there's only certain things some people can say, but yeah, Fergie and Patty G were like, no, we're in for something very special here. And I was like, thank God. We need to, like, they've done a good job with that corner, that parcel of land.
It needs more though.
Yeah, something more permanent.
And like, it's funny because when we built Rogers Place, there was a consortium of people that basically traveled all over the world. Like they concentrated on North America, they went over into Europe, and they kind of grabbed little bits and pieces of different things that worked really well. And when we introduced the Loge, and a lot of people call it the luge, right? I'm going to the luge level tonight. Like, oh, okay, well, we could do the luge level, but we have a Loge level. And for those who don't know, it's like crescent moon chairs of 4. To me, inch for inch, dollar for dollar, the best you'll ever watch a hockey game, because like, these chairs are comfortable. The chairs at the arena are very comfortable. It's not the same as when I can stand if I want to stand. If it's a concert and I want to dance around, like
I just wander.
Yeah, like I love it. Like it hits me where I want to be. And when we brought Loge in, a lot of people had never heard of such a concept. And now this building outside in the fan park is the same idea, where this is a different concept for Edmonton, but it's meant to help people really entertain and gather.
Nice.
And what we love about Edmontonians is they love to gather. And the Oilers have given us a ton of things to celebrate. But when you look at all of the events and the festivals, like in that tent, outside of Oktoberfest, they've had mixed martial arts. They've had entertainment in there. Everclear was there in the summertime.
Guar was there in the October time.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of people that didn't understand what they were getting with Guar.
No.
Yeah.
He's been to Guar.
Yeah.
I was scared to go to Guar for the first time.
You should have been.
Because I knew it was coming. I'm like, I just don't know how this reacts. And then I went, I'm like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
So I've gone.
There's a reason why they've been doing it for 30 years, right?
The music's not the greatest.
No,
but you're not there for the
that's-
music.
that's-
I'm not there to see the music. I'm there to get
100%.
shot with blood.
For those who don't know, if you're in the first 5 rows of any Guar show, and if you're wearing white, it's because you want to go home wearing something red.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Then when I went the one time, somebody, like, I didn't want to get into the mosh pit, and someone in front of me at like near the end just moved out of the way, and it got my shoes and stuff. I'm like, yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
This is actually not so bad.
So, do I have time for a story, or how?
Yes.
Yeah.
We got like 2 minutes.
So at the old arena at Rexall Place, Motley Crue was there. And so I went with my buddy Troy, and we were watching. We were kind of on. So Nikki, so stage right is if you're the performer and you're looking out your right hand. Okay. So Nikki Sixx was on stage right, and we were kind of on a wing. in the bowl. We were watching it. They were great. And like Motley Crue's best days are far behind them, right? From a lead singing perspective, Vince Neil is not the Vince Neil he used to be.
It's a lot of this.
Well, right? Yeah.
Holding up the mic and letting the crowd sing.
Yeah.
But a lot of people who go
Motley
to Crue,
Crue.
well, you're going for the show, the spectacle. And I think a lot of people like plug their ears and remember how great it used to be. Well, at the end of it, they have these buckets of blood. And for this show, and it was a concoction, right? And so everyone has. So Mick Mars is pretty, not elderly, but he was like frail, right? So
Yeah, he
Mick Mars isn't throwing it out. But Vince would, Tommy would, a couple of other guys would, and Nikki Sixx. And I swear to God, I'm sitting there and I'm watching, and Nikki grabs this bucket, and like he's like looking at me, and I'm up, and he nailed me right in my chest. And I don't know what it was. It got my mouth, my ears, and it was like it kind of tasted like chocolate, but it was sticky. It was in my hair. My entire outfit I wore, I came home, I just put it in a garbage bag, and I just like threw it away. Like everything. Pants, shirt, socks, underwear, the whole bit. I remember like washing my hair, and like chunks of stuff were like falling out. And I'm like, I don't know what was in that pail. I thought it was the greatest thing.
Yes.
And as I'm driving home, I had to like sit in a certain way because I didn't want to wreck my truck.
Yeah.
But like I'm covered head to toe in this like Lord knows what goo. And if you asked me, I would have paid 3 times to have that happen again because I just thought it was cool. That's part of the experience.
And then that's the thing. Like there's a lot of people like that sounds awful,
No.
but then there's the other ones. They're like, yes, give this to me.
You're not getting that at home when you're listening to the album.
No.
I promise you that. That's why you go to a live show to get hit by a bucket of slop.
Kev, thank you again for
Oh,
coming
this is
in.
awesome.
Appreciate the Mott's Clamatos and the tarts. Oil Kings Saturday at Rogers Place. Well, they're in Red Deer tonight, but Saturday Princess Night, Sunday
Ghostbusters. You bet.
go.
Thanks for having me.
Tickets
This is great.
oilkings.ca.
I might see you on Sunday. You might get a text from
Tommy,
me.
text me anytime.
I know.
We've got Lock Shop, Haas, Jay. We've got Oil Stream. We got EST Afternoons. We got the Reed Wilkins Show tomorrow. We got Hello Hockey. We got GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show live from BP's Westgate, 170th Street over here.
That's a great BPs.
It is
Great
solid.
BPs.
Lots of prizes.
Thank you to everyone for tuning into the EST Hangout presented by Sentinel Storage right here in Edmonton Sports. Your clear choice for Edmonton Sports. On behalf of Kevin, Tommy, I'm Matt. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.
Lock Shop with Huss and Jay coming up in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Let's go.
There you go, right in front of the camera.
First-time guest, long-time listener, fan of the original draft commissioner.
Welcome to the EST Hangout presented by White Claw Hard Seltzer. The difference is clear. Matt Iwanyk, Tom Gazzola with here. Joining us today,